three speakers with us. Dr. Manisha Acharya ma'am, Mr. Atul Puri sir, and Dr. Neelam Saxena ma'am. We are grateful to have you all as a keynote speaker in this FDP program. Dr. Manisha Acharya ma'am has 2 decades of combined experience in a diverse Please be muted after joining. So Dr. Manisha Acharya ma'am has 2 decades of combined experience in a diverse range of area spanning research, corporate sector, and incubation and innovation management. Currently, she is working as CEO of the Center of Innovation and Incubation at Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. She also founded WEneurs Forum. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yes,
I'm not currently the CEO of Utkal University. Just check it is so.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was the CEO, but currently
yes,
I am in the founder of WEneurs Forum and director in Ernst & Young.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so as you have also founded WEneurs Forum, a woman startup forum that previously you are working as a CEO of one of the largest agri-tech business incubator in the Gram Lab Foundation that is supported by the DST government of India. So this TBI is also supported by the BIRAC, DBT and the Ministry of MSME and got the best emerging TBI of the year 2019. So prior to that, she was working at the Indian Steps and Business Incubator Association as the head of startup ecosystem development. She was a British Saving Crisp Fellow at the University of Oxford in 2019 and a member of the advisory board of the Innovation in Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Program of DST, Government of India. He is also selected as one out of the best 75 women in the STEM by the Principal Scientific Advisor Office of Prime Minister this year. And she has published several papers and articles on innovation, entrepreneurship, and incubation, not only in the international journal, but also in mass media like in magazine, newspaper, and online portal. She has also served as a resource person in a different national and international forum related to innovation, incubation, and entrepreneurship. And she has also nominated by the government of India as a member of delegation to visit the study and network with the startup ecosystem at Silicon Valley in 2018. And she was also nominated by the Asia Productivity Organization to participate in a training and cross-learning program for the technology incubation management at Taiwan. So we are very grateful to have you, ma'am, in this FDP program, and we are welcome you to deliver your keynote address.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Over to you. Yes. Okay, so ma'am, you can share your screen if you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what I understand. It's not leaking, I don't know.
There is a share button.
Yeah. That
yes,
is yes. That is what.
Yes.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. It is. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Do it in the full screen mode, ma'am.
Yeah. That. Now it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if there is any problem in slide moving, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So problem solving and decision making. This is the topic today. If you will ask why this particular topic, for an entrepreneur, as it is a faculty development program towards the development of the entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. So for an entrepreneur, it is very crucial. It is very much required for these two things, because the entrepreneurship journey started with from the problem identification. When there is a problem identification, there must be a proper problem solving attitude, problem solving skills, and the decision making skills. So what exactly the problem solving? What is it? Are the problem solving and decision making both are same or different? Let's discuss. So problem solving is a method where you identify the best possible solution. If there is a problem, you have to identify the different you have to identify first the problem properly, then two possible different solution. So how you will means if the means in a, that this is a problem solving is a mental process, thinking
Sorry
aloud
to disturb you,
or
ma'am.
yes,
Your
yes,
slide is
yes.
not changing. Have you changed your slide?
Is it yeah, it is the second slide in the problem solving and decision making.
No, ma'am. Your slide is stuck on one first slide.
Oh,
Okay, so
this slide. Okay.
you can stop share and please reshare it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sometimes it happens. That's why I told that if it is. Sorry.
हेलो नेट मिल गया है तो दे देंगे अभी तो
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. Okay.
No.
Means totally not visible.
No, it is not visible.
Now.
Now it is visible.
Okay, let me go to the. Now it
Present.
is on the slide. Is that the heading? What is problem solving and decision making? That heading
Yes,
is
ma'am.
visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me tell just if it is not in the slide mode, then otherwise we will see the without slide mode. I will tell other way.
Okay.
So so when for problem solving, we need to think aloud. We need to be on the in a mental process that as we think the talking ourselves, we need to note down what are the different problems we are facing to find out a solution. So it is very much required. So allow time to for ideas to gel. If time permits, give yourself time for solution to develop. And we talk to more about that problem, describe the problem to someone else also, because if you will discuss with the people, maybe that proper solution or different type of solution for a problem can come. So what exactly then decision making? If the problem solving is this, that we will see a problem and we will find out different solution, then what is the decision making? Decision making is a process for identifying and evaluating choices. Suppose you have identified a problem, then you find out the solution A, B, C, D, E. These are the different solutions you have find out. Then which solution you need to take, which solution you need to work out. So that is the decision making. We make different decision every day. We are making some decision. Okay, like the summer our routine decision, like what type of breakfast or what type of lunch menu should be. So this is a routine decision we are taking. Okay, this is a every day we need to check out the, okay, this is our breakfast menu, this is our lunch menu. And another is the decision making is the very impulsive. What exactly the impulsive means? We suppose we went to a market and we want to purchase something. We saw something and we really like that particular things. We immediately we want to purchase that. That is the impulsive decision. Another is the reasoned decision. Reasoned decision means when we applied for some course or for some higher degree, then out of those different colleges, in which college we will take admission, that is our reasoned decision. So these are the three different type of decision making processes are there. So in problem solving, you identify and evaluate solution path. In decision making, you make a similar discovery and evaluation of alternatives. Okay, so as you how to means it is not that easy to make a decision out of different alternatives. How to make a proper decision, that is also very crucial. It is not that easy always. So consider how there are some suggestions that consider the outcome each is likely to produce in both the short term and long term. Means if suppose there is a problem and we find out different solution, and which solution we will take, in that way we will first find out, okay, if this solution will take, what will be the long term effect, what will be the short term effect. There is a cost is a one thing, there is a long term or short term effect, if it is a diverse effect, or if we are doing something out of that, what will the outcome if will not follow any particular decision, what will be the outcome if we will follow that particular things, what will be the outcome. So, and what are the risks involved if we will take particular any type of solution, then what are the risks involved in each every. So all these things we must take a pen and paper and need to find out, okay, this is the problem, we'll need to. So this is the things we always advise to an entrepreneur. Whenever you want to start any business or you want to start an enterprise, first of all you make your eyes open to find out a problem identification. That is the key for an entrepreneur. Then after that problem identification solving means, so for a particular problem you find out a different solution. Then third is the decision making. Out of A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever the solution you have find out, which decision you want to take in that particular step, in that particular decision making step. You need to find, okay, if I will take, what are the risks involved, then second, what are the cost involved, what are the short term and long term effect involved, what are the diverse effect involved, and if possible if the negative side or positive side of both all the solution we need to mention. And it should be always make it a point, it should be original, it should be creative, it should be innovative. Why any particular decision should be very innovative is very much required, because if that is very original or very innovative, the success rate of in that particular solution will be high. Okay, so problem solving involves the identifying an issue, finding causes, asking questions, and brainstorming solution. Gathering facts helps make the solution more obvious. Decision making is the process of choosing a solution based on your judgment, situation, facts, knowledge, or a combination of available data. Is that slide is moving now? Hello?
Not, ma'am. It is
No?
on second slide.
I think then some problem is there.
Okay.
Okay. Then should I do on without slideshow movement?
Yes, ma'am. You can share me if you want. You can share me on WhatsApp. I will share on your behalf.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. I'll send you the.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute. I think maybe my net is slightly slow. That's why the problem. Sometimes it
Yes.
happens.
Then, ma'am,
Sometimes it happens.
okay. So you can switch off your video, then it will be optimized, and you can share your
Yeah.
PPT. Yes, ma'am.
But I'm sharing you my PPT to you.
Okay. Please share.
Just I have shared.
Okay.
Just
Yes.
check it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Is it visible?
No, I'm not. Just a minute.
The participant, please confirm whether the slide is
Yes.
visible or
Yes.
not. Okay.
Yeah, you can go to the third slide.
Okay.
Yes. So, what are the what are the problem and solving and decision making skills we require? So, for anyone, definitely for an entrepreneur, it is very much required problem because the whole enterprise creation is based on the problem solving and decision making. So, it is very much required for their skills. Uh, Hello, is anything, Dr. Gaurav, you want to say?
No, ma'am. Any
Okay.
participant, please mute yourself. If you have any query, then you can ask. You can unmute yourself. Please be muted.
So there are three particular skills is very much required for a problem solving and decision making. One is the analytical skills. If you analyze the things properly, you make a proper identification of the problem and the problems to solve that problem. You can analyze if you analyze the situation, because the who analyze the situation properly, they can only identify the problem properly. First of all, means to for the problem solving, you have to identify the problem properly. That is also very much crucial. So analytical thinking is very much required for an entrepreneur or for anyone, means who can do it to solve any problem. Another is the creativity. Why the creativity is required? Because already I told, for anything, if your problem solving solution that want to work properly, you need to be very innovative, very creative. Something means something new things can come, then only that will work. So always there's something newness. So there should be the skills of creativity or innovativeness. Third is the critical thinking. Critical thinking can help the effectively understand, to analyze the things, to analyze the issue, and to make a best decision. So these are the three skills is very much required for an entrepreneur. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So how to use the problem solving and decision making skills? No. Previous slide. Yeah. Here is the step one. Identify the problem. This is the first step. Identify the root cause of the issue. What is the issue? What is the reason why this problem is there? That is the main two, because many times an entrepreneur fails because they don't able to identify the problem properly. So that is the main thing. You must identify the root cause of the issue. And when this is the one thing that whenever you will see, you thought that there is a problem, always ask some questions. Who have done this? What is the problem? When is the problem arise? And why this problem arise? Where is the problem is arise? So if we will ask this who, what, when, why, how, so all these questions will make your problem identification properly. So it means then only discover what exactly the problem. So if that is not enough, by asking this question also you thought that okay, no, that problem means the identification of problem is not proper, then you can explore the situation, expand the problem to try to get the bottom of it. If the source of the problem is the source of the problem is coming from an individual or from any community, try to find out. And if that individual, if that source of problem is coming from the individual, then you must be in their shoes, means उन्हीं के जगह में जाके हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि proper problem identification can be possible. And whenever you saw that okay, this is a problem, take a pen and paper. Believe me, this works. Agar if we'll take a pen and paper, we'll write that down ki this is what is the problem, then there is many things will come out and things will come proper way. So reduce the problem in the simplest form if will come put in on a paper. So and try to answer the questions, all the who, why, how, what, when, all these questions try to answer in when identify any problem. And also try to answer the question, why is the current situation is a problem? Why this problem is? Is there any, it is a temporary things or a permanent thing? That is also we need to find out. Because if it is a temporary thing, so maybe after that the temporary situation will solve, then no use. Means people will not get that proper, that many businesses. So just for example, in COVID situation, many new businesses come out. But when the COVID situation is quite normal now, many businesses who were there during the COVID time, they are not getting business. So in that way, we need to know, okay, this particular problem is temporary or a long term or a permanent problem. So this is the way we first step for a problem solving and decision making skills. We need to identify the problem properly. Next is the generate the potential solution. What is that? So the next step is to create a list of possible solution to the problem you have discovered. Write it down in a pen and paper. Write it down okay, this is the problem and this is the solution I am thinking of. There are many ways also to find out the potential solution. Best one is the brainstorming. When we will do the brainstorming, we will discuss with our peers, or when we will discuss our friends, or when we will discuss with our team members, then the good solution can come out. Always it's work with better work will come out with a team. So also how the good solution will come, to analyze the root cause, identify the problem and establish a timeline, distinguish between the root cause and other facts and create a cause of graph. So whenever we see any problem, we need to find out the root cause analysis. That is called as the root. One is the first of all, you can say the brainstorming, then the root cause analysis. Then third step, after you generate the different type of solution through brainstorming or to know the root cause analysis, or through independently also you can find out the different solution. Next step is the choose one solution. It is very difficult, I am saying. Many times, even I saw many people in day-to-day activities, they are not able to take the decision, okay, which one solution I should take. And it is for an entrepreneur, it is very crucial to take one solution out of different solutions. So in third one, this is the choose one solution is the decision making skill. If your decision making skill is good, you can choose the best solution. So in order to find the best solution for the problem, analyze every possible resolution and decide which is the best for the situation you are in. So you need to, previously I told that to choose one solution, we need to find out the different elements like the efficacy of that particular solution, practicality, because if that particular solution is practically it is possible or not, because if it is practically not possible, then it's very difficult to implement. And the timeline means it is not like that we will do, there is a solution, it will take long time, then there is no resources, how many resources it will take to solve this particular, if I will use this solution, if my current team members can do this, or it can it needs a very big team. So the resources we need to find out, and of course the cost is very much required to analyze to make a choose the particular correct solution. So these are the few things that we need to check before choosing the best solution: efficacy, practicality, timeline, resources, and cost. So also we need to consider that who all are involved in that decision. So that is also we can find out. So to need the find out the best solution also, we can do the brainstorming and all this process. Then the implement the solution you have chosen. The fourth step is to implement that solution. So to make a new change in, because when you will implement a new solution, then there should be new change in the business. It requires planning. It requires the patience, because patience. Why there is a required patience? If any new things happen, it cannot happen overnight. It needs some time. So some patience we need. We need some proper planning for any decision, and persistence. That is also very much required. So these are the few things we need when we implement the solution that we have chosen. Okay. So, and fifth stage is the evaluate results, and if necessary, start the process again. How to evaluate the result? And what are the questions you need to ask for the better evaluation of the result? So we need to ask few questions when we evaluate the result. Okay, are any of our process being interrupted by the previous problem? That is, we need to ask. So whenever we evaluate the result, we need to ask the, okay, this particular, if we will do this process, what are the, if it is interrupted? Are there any new problem? If we will implement this particular new solution, are there any new problem will come out? That is also need to find out. ये नहीं हो कि हम एक नया चीज कर रहे हैं और उसके कोई नया ही problem आ जाए. That also we need to analyze. Is there any possibility that issue can return? If we will implement this particular thing, तो कोई नया issue, any other new issue or the previous issue also can return. Is everyone aware of the original problem, the solution created, and why it was created? This is also very much required for an organization, for your team members. Everybody should know, okay, if we are implementing a new thing, तो सबको पता है क्या, सारे टीम मेंबर्स को पता है क्या कि जो what are the previous problem, that is what we want to solve, and we, that's why we have initiated this particular solution. And if this solution will initiated, what solution we initiated, and why it is created, and what are the overcoming, what are the solution we'll give, what are the problems we can solve through this new decision. So these are the few things we must evaluate to go before means after the implementation. So these are the few things we must evaluate, and if required, if we see that it is not in a proper direction, or what are the solution we have taken, that is not in a proper way, we need to go again the step 1. So this is the step we need to make a problem solving and decision making, that to identify the problem properly and generate the potential solution out of the different solutions. Then the first identify the problem, then generate different A, B, C, D different solution, then choose one solution from them, that is the decision making, then implement that solution, then evaluate the result. If when you implement that solution, what are the result? If it is better or it is worse than previous one, that is also need to find out. Worse than previous one means it is making means costlier, or it is not that environmental friendly, or it is not our team friendly, or it is not good for organization, for same anything. That is also need to find out. It will satisfy to the and it can proceed. Otherwise, again go to the step 1. Next slide, please. So how can I improve my decision making skill? Because this is a very much required for any entrepreneur. Decision make something someone is asked. Okay, so should I okay. So I have switched up my video, maybe my camera, so that will help. So how can I improve my decision making skills? So start with someone small and start making use of them. It is always to check whether my decision making skill is good. We need to check in our day-to-day activities also, whether in our day-to-day activities we are taking a proper decision or not. In that way, we can find out how strong is our decision making skill. Okay. So because that will give you the confidence. Good problem solve. One thing is we must remember that good decision making skill will come by proper identification of a problem and proper problem solving skill. So that will lead to the good decision making skill. So always we need to find out in our day-to-day activities, whenever means on every days, if we need to find out our decision making skill, in every day we can take a pen and paper, we can make a jot down our day 1, what are the decision you have taken in day 1 in day-to-day activities, even starting from your for the menu for the breakfast or lunch or anything, or to in which school your son or daughter will take the admission, or so all this means if you are going to a market, what type of products you are purchasing, how the decision you took. So all these things you can jot down, you can make a list 1, 2, 3, 4. That will give you an idea how is your decision making skill. And believe me, in those who are good in day-to-day activities, they are also good in the bigger decision making skill, because that skill is good. So end of the day, that decision making skill, whether it is your personal or it is your professional on your to work, it is always required. If you know the how to use your decision making skill, how how you are taking that decision. So what are the how that whenever you have a any doubt, you can make a take a pen and paper, make the problem, write down the problem, write down the 1, 2, 3, 4 the different problems, so there are different solutions. Then write down the solution 1, what are the good effect, what is the bad effect. So always make a plan. Then talk to an expert or join a short course, because whenever you have a doubt, you can talk to any expert you can talk to a mentor. If you think, okay, if someone is trying to make a enterprise in agriculture based agri-tech, so he can, before jumping to the creation of, to establishing a company, he can discuss or she can discuss with an expert, because they can give you the proper, means they can give you a better idea. And after that, wait all your options, analyze all options, because okay, these are the few things I have chalked down. What are the pros and cons of all the options? Write your thoughts down for more clarity. Whenever we'll always we think, okay, things are very clear to me, but whenever you take a pen and paper and write it down, then your clarity will be better. Always, it is always there, that clarity will come better when you note down the things in pen and paper. Talk to your inner circle, your friend, your family, your good well-wishers. Talk to them. You more and more you talk to people about these things will be more clear. And have deadlines. It should not be just like that, okay, we'll do, you're thinking on the process, their decision making skill will take several months. It should not be like that. There must be some deadlines, and you need to find out the things in a proper in a time frame. Because I have seen many people, they are in very, they're not able to take any decision. Even in day-to-day life also, they are taking so much of time. Okay, I have to, whether I have to do this, I have to do that. They are taking so much of time. So that should be we must have some deadlines. So this is for decision-making skill. We need to always make a plan. When doubt, talk to an expert or a mentor. We need to analyze all the options, write down our thoughts in the more clarity. Talk to our inner circle, means our friend, family, our well-wishers, and next slide, please. So different decision-making structure. There are many decision-making structures are there. Okay, one is the vote decision-making. What exactly that decision? Here you can take the vote. Means suppose one can find out a solution, A, B, C, D solution. One find out which is the best one. If suppose you are not able to think of, okay, which was the best one, you can take the vote from your team member, or from a team member, which one is the best. Many organizations, they are doing like this, vote decision making. Second is the command decision making. What exactly that command decision making? Command decision making is the you make a decision without getting feedback from other people, which can be the it, and you just implement. It is the fastest one. Sometimes it required, but sometimes it has some bad effect also. Because if you will not discuss with other people, people may think, okay, this is not the right way to take a decision. Just means you take a decision and implement with all the team members, or um, without knowing the facts and figures. So, but it requires sometimes when there is a very fastest decision we need to take. So that time we need to take the command decision making process. Then is the collaborative decision making. It is the means inputs from all people and variety of option. But here one problem is there in collaborative decision making. Many people, they are giving different option, different things. They have someone says this is good, someone says that will be good. So there is also another confusion. Some confusions will give. So there is a pros and cons in every decision making structure, but we need to know which one is the best. That is the things we have to find out. That's the best decision making. In this structure, everyone involved attempt to agree on a decision. this process, but this process is very lengthy. We need to it is if the decision is not time sensitive, and it is the ideal decision making structure. And if you want to make sure that decision has complete support, then this is the best one. But it takes some time. It is not that you can just not a very fast decision making. It requires some time. So both decision makings, both decision making is a if you have already chalked down that different solution, then both decision making is also good, because you can from that you can find out, okay, these are this decision, this solution is most of the team members agreed on that, or most of the team members not agreed on that. So then in both decision making you can find out. Command decision making, it is required some time, because sometimes you need to take a decision very fast. You need to take decision immediately. In that case, it is not possible to take the suggestion from each and everyone. In that scenario, we need to just implement our decision. That is the command decision making. It has the pros and cons. So as per the situation, as per the problem, we need to make our decision. Collaborative decision making, of course, if we can ask everyone, when to collaboratively we take a decision. And consensus based decision making, it is the ideal one if we have time. If it is a we don't have any time sensitive things, then this is the ideal one to get our decision making things. Next slide, please. So what are the problem solving ways entrepreneurs do? There are many things on entrepreneurs should think of. That the first one is the critical thinking. It is the critical thinking. It is the complex analysis of the problem or issues. With the if we'll see any problem or issues, we need to think on critically. We must think, and to with the goal for to solve that particular problem and making a decision. When there is the an entrepreneur has the critical thinking capacity is good, or he can analyze the things properly, he can find out the problem properly and find out the solution in a right way. Critical, it is not only important for development the entrepreneurial ideas, it is also to jot down the different solution and to implement. That is very much required. So there is one, the evaluate details. So it is also very much required for an entrepreneur to evaluate each and every solution, that whatever the solution for a problem they have identified, he or she can evaluate it properly. Then third is the communication. Communication skill is very much required to solve a problem. Why? Because the ability to communicate your message effectively to your team members, to your customers, or to your communication skill is proper, you can solve the problem properly and in a competitive way. And good communication, because the good communication skill allows for the free association of ideas between the entrepreneurs and business. So and communication skill also help for the brainstorming session, for the creativity, and because the good communication skill tools that entrepreneurs can use to generate solution to problem. And for that also, if there is the different communication tools we can use, that's why we can see the different hackathons these days, different hackathons. Why these hackathons are happening? Different hackathon events in every colleges, because we need to find out, okay, this is a problem, our students can generate different solution through the hackathon, and through the brainstorming, the best one we can evaluate. So the third skills is the communication skill is very much required when entrepreneurs can develop their communication skill. Then fourth one is the ability to act on solution. We need to know what is the how to act on a solution. If we will act this solution, what are the effects? So we need to properly act on it. If we just find out the solution is not the we cannot that will not help in our business or help any entrepreneurship. We need to know how to act on those solutions. Third is the decisiveness. Decisiveness, as it sounds, no, it is ability to take quick, effective decision, not letting too much time go in by the process, because time has also a value. If we will take a decision and we will take a decision for a long duration, we will not able to take any it will take some too much of time, then that will affect our on decisive our for our entrepreneurship or for our if you are find out a solution to create an enterprise and or to even if we have enterprise and to scale up things, our decision making time, our decisiveness will definitely affect. So if our decision making skill, our ability to make a quick decision is quick decision, that will help in problem solving. Then to ability to analyze the data. Data analysis, that is the means how to analyze and modeling into a structure that leads to innovation, that leads to conclusion. So and to identifying the entrepreneurial opportunity. Those are the things must be on one entrepreneur must have the ability to analyze the data properly. The more they analyze the data properly, the good solution can come out. Then business and industry awareness, it is also very much required. What is the current type of business are going on? What is the current trends? Which type of current technology is people are accepting? What type of business opportunities are here? So all this business industry are it is difficult to know the problem. Even to know the problem, it is very difficult. Definitely for the problem solving, that your problem is. And resourcefulness. Why this resourcefulness? Because the hello, sorry, there's some, I think.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah. So then third is the resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is the critical means ability to discover about the clever solution to obstacles. So that there is not more useful and important traits to process than resourcefulness in the pursuit of success. Resourcefulness is the mindset, you can say that especially relevant when your goals have set the difficult to achieve, or you cannot adventure to clear path to get where to desire to go. So that resourcefulness is also very much required for an entrepreneur. Next slide, please. Different type of entrepreneurs and what are the types of problem solvers they are. One is the self-regulating problem solver. Means they identify a problem. Previous one, please. Then they think a solution and they implement a solution. Means in a commanding type. Means I have identified this problem, I have identified this solution, I'm implementing this solution. This is a commanding type of problem solving skills. You will, if you see in an entrepreneur, in many entrepreneurs, if you analyze the data of so many entrepreneurs, you can find out some entrepreneurs are like that. They are self-regulating problem solver. Next slide, please. Some are theorist problem solver, because they have identified a problem, then they implement a theory. Implemented theory means if I will do this, I will do this solution. What are the things I can solve, what are the if I will implement things, what are the means how that will work. So all these things, they are just to make a table or just to make a analyze the data properly, decision 1, decision 2, decision 3, and what are the different type of effects of this solution that will come out. Then they arrive at a solution. So that is the theorist problem solver. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes. This third one is the petitional problem solver, because they identify a problem and discuss the problem with others. In a collaborative approach, or you can say it is in a voting type also. In a voting type also it can be possible, or in a collaborative approach. Discuss with many people, discuss with their team members, discuss with their peers, and find out a solution which is agreeable to each and every one. So these are the mainly 3 type of decision making people, entrepreneur, you will find out, and each has the own pros and cons. Main thing is that we need to know, we in an entrepreneur's cases, in an entrepreneurial cases, you need to know, for an entrepreneur or for an innovator, we need to find out the problem properly. Identification of the problem is the key for any enterprise. When we identify the problem, we need to find out the down the list. If solution 1 has will do, what are the effects, and we need to make it all the pros and cons of each solution. Then out of this solution, if we are very much sure we can take the decision properly, we can do. But it is always better to do a brainstorming, to discuss with the other people and with team members, or you are just means alone, then you can discuss with your family members to whom you can think, or you can discuss with your not the expert in every situation. So we should discuss with our mentors and experts, and out of that then after analyze all the pros and cons, we need to take a decision. Then we can take a decision where we can act, and after we act on the decision, also after that also we need to analyze the things after 1 month or 2 months, or after 6 months, or after 1 year. We must think that whatever the decision we took, what are the pros and cons, how it is going on, whether it was good before or it is good now. So we must analyze the things. If it is not proper, if there is a gap of things, then maybe we must rethink again. So this is the whole cycle of a problem solving and decision making. Thank you. Last slide. Thank you. This just okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Question?
Yes, ma'am. So, dear participant, please unmute yourself to ask your query. Do you have any query related to the current presentation?
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, this is Sujata. I'm from Hyderabad, that is Telangana state. Ma'am, may I know what is the present scenario of entrepreneurship for the engineering graduates? How we can make them to take this as option for the entrepreneur, for the engineering graduates? Because as it is a technical part, how we can motivate these students regarding entrepreneur and how can do their business models, ma'am?
Okay, so here is the come to the process. So we must know the current business and industry situation. What are the trends is going on? What type of technology is acceptable to different industry, like the AI, ML, big data? All these things are now, these are the very acceptable technology. So what are the technologies going on? What are the different types of trends is going on? So on that basis, we need to give, if we create the entrepreneurship awareness or entrepreneurship intuitiveness, or the means to develop some idea, we can do some hackathons. You can give some problem to students, which is and these problems also we need to find out very proper way. We need to see the situation, and it may be, see, in healthcare, you can say, in agriculture, in clean tech, in climate. These are the few areas which is very prominent these days, because climate is also a very means all many people are wants to work to develop the climate condition and green technology. So these are the very prominent area. We need to find out the problem, and we can give to our students. Okay, this is the local one. Then you can ask the students to find out the solution. So that will give them to brainstorm their ideas, when to means they can work on that particular problem. And the it is very much like these days students are very they know the different trends, what are the technology trends going on, so they know about it. So by using, even you can ask the hackathons that by using this technology, how you can find out the solution. Those type of things also you can plan out. That will help. That will help to find the entrepreneurial mindset. Or you can first, before entrepreneurial mindset, we need to find out the innovativeness. That innovation should come to the students first. Once the innovation will come, then the second is the entrepreneurial mindset can come. So this, in particularly engineering students, they can do very well in hackathons and all these things.
Good
Okay,
morning, sir.
thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. I have one doubt actually. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
My name is Dr. Shailendra Kumar Singh. I am from SS Khanna Girls Degree College. And thank you so much for very nice presentation, ma'am. About, but the thing is, these plannings are very necessary for the life. But one of the challenges we people are facing about the procrastination of the things. Till how can we like different kinds of methods or any kind of things we can prevent the procrastination habit?
See, means it is your day-to-day situation you are thinking, or for any particular one?
Any particular thing like date, because
Just give an
procrastination.
example.
Suppose we are planning something, as you have mentioned that we have to plan everything and these things, and but after some times we do the things like we procrastinate these things because the priorities will be changed and there will be another things which will come in our life, and according to that we will forget these planning and all. So how we will like focus
Yeah.
on your goal and these kind of things like that?
Yeah, see, sometimes it happens. You are right that sometimes our priority has changed. That happens. That happens. But whenever we want to take any decision, we need to find out the all. That's why I mentioned the short and long term situation. That is also need to, before taking any. Okay, it's fine. You are taking in a very means normal decision type. That is okay. But if you are taking something that is for our means life changing decision, or some, for example, that's entrepreneurship journey. I'm want to give, then in that case we must to check down our short term and long term effect. That will narrow down that things, that will help you. Okay, this is the short term gain I will get, and this is the long term. Many times what it happens, that when we want to take a step toward entrepreneurship, many entrepreneurs are facing a problem with should I go for a job or should I take the entrepreneurship in life. This is the first step towards to make a decision. This is the first step where they find difficulties. So whenever you want to take any decision, always try to find out the short-term and long-term effect. That will help you. That's it I can say. But yes, sometimes it happens. Our priority has changed. Sometimes it requires because life is uncertain. So that is we cannot means we cannot do that. But as much as precaution we can take, that's all. That is we can do. Precaution we can take by taking precaution in the sense we need to know down the short-term, long-term effect. What are the pros and cons? What are the cost involved? All these things, if you will take it effect, and if you will take the decision, what is the means if that will affect to our family members, if all these things we must think over, then we will take a decision. If it is a big decision, of course it is on daily basis decision, it is not possible to take all these steps, but if it is a big decision, we must to think over all these things.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you
yes.
are audible. Please.
This is ma'am, Dr. Priyank Sharma from Galgotias University, the School of Agriculture, Agribusiness. And as have you mentioned, the decision making and problem solving process, I just want to know that this socio-demographic and the psychological factors that affects like when we have to disseminate the information and extension services to the farmers. So these factors can affect the decision making in agriculture, kind of like ma'am, socio-demographic. Yeah, we have to if we want to mitigate that, should we need some kind of theoretical framework for that to motivate them, to make them to know them about their values, goals, and attitude and behaviors? Would they affect these socio-demographics and psychological factors in agriculture decision making? Ma'am? Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Just if you explain me that again, that I'm because I didn't able to understand all this thing properly. Just
Ma'am, I just want to
explain
know.
me again.
Ma'am, I just want to explain it that the factors like socio-demographic and psychological factors and in decision making process, how they can affect the farmers by while taking the decisions. If they want to start some kind of their startup, if you want to start some kind of they are like planning for taking the crop loan, they just want to grow some kind of like for example dragon fruit. So maybe this
Yes.
kind of factors. Yes.
Yeah. See, if it is something new thing for your agriculture for farmers or something, they must know what is the benefit, what is the means if they will do, what benefit they will get if they will do the dragon fruit business, or if there are now these days many startups or agri startups are coming out with the different technology and different solution. If they use those type of solution, if they use those technology, then how that will help those farmers, how their income will develop, how their means family will progress. So all these things, if we can convince them, then only that will come out. Otherwise, why the farmers will take? Because end of the day, farmers are always actually I was in a technology business incubator in New Delhi, Indigram Labs Foundation. I was the CEO. That is a agri focused incubator. So in there, many startups are coming out with very good with good technology, lots of solutions. I am IIT, I am graduates, they're coming, but they are always have problem. Our farmers are not taking. In that case, if the farmer, there is lots of cost involved, why the farmer will take? Because we need to know these things. So whenever that solution or anything new things you are coming or new decision you are giving to the farmers, we always think about that. Okay, this will help their economic background, their that will help to increase their income generation, that will help their means any production, all these things, that if that will think, then all they will convince.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I just want to know, will you please repeat the name of that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, name of the. I'm not. Hello.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes. Ma'am, I just want to know the name. Please repeat the name of that incubation center which you have. मतलब आपने भी mention किया था जो.
Yeah, Indigram Labs Foundation. ये दिल्ली में ही है. I was the
Indigram?
CEO. मैं Labs Foundation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
ये agri based incubator है. It is a one of the best agri incubator in India.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sundaram sir, you are not audible. I think, sir, actually, your mic is not connected with the team. So you just go to the setting and go to the device setting, where you can check for your microphone connectivity. Any other query? Now I think there is no query. So thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and delivering such a wonderful, informative and interactive session. We are very grateful to have you as a keynote speaker in this 2-week faculty development program on entrepreneurship sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. So kindly accept a e-memento as a token of gratitude from the Galgotias University.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So moving ahead for the next session, our next speaker, Atul Puri sir, has joined with us. Atul sir works closely with the entrepreneur and business owner to handhold them and transform their business from survival to success. In 2014, Atul sir has founded eGrowth, a platform of MSME business, and eGrowth offer opportunity for the international business, customer acquisition and business promotion. It also has a global business community of 60,000 entrepreneurs. The Atul sir has been leading a weekly master class on business transformation to educate the business community. He is also the founder of eGrowth company, a multi-channel platform for the MSME to learn and grow their business. He is the advisory board of MSME Bharat Manch, a platform to empower the MSME and to help them scale up their business. He is an electronic engineer from the Mumbai University, an MBA from the IGNOU, and he has also done a certificate program in competitive marketing from IIM Bangalore. So we would like to invite you, sir, in this FDP program to deliver your talk.
अतुल सर छुट्टी में नहीं क्लास
अतुल सर तो क्लास में है आज. Hi, good morning everybody. So how are you all doing today? How are you all doing today?
All good, sir. All good.
Fantastic. So what do you expect from a session today? आप मुझसे क्या अपेक्षा करते हैं आज?
सर बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग का कुछ गुरु मंत्र दीजिए.
कुछ गुरु मंत्र सही.
Guru.
How to do the business networking and why it is important.
Sir, some key points about the international business and export and import policies and all.
I think आज का टॉपिक तो ये नहीं है.
Okay, sir. Okay.
टॉपिक तो बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग है. तो आउट ऑफ सिलेबस अगर क्वेश्चन आएगा तो फिर तो आपका रिजल्ट डाउन जाएगा ना, जाएगा कि नहीं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो आप बताएं कैसा रिजल्ट देना है, हम वैसा दे देते हैं।
No, 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 sir. Business networking is good.
ठीक है, चलिए। एनीबडी एल्स? तो एनी कंसर्न्स दैट यू हैव, व्हाट यू एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम दिस? आप चैट बॉक्स में भी लिख सकते हैं, यू कैन जस्ट अनम्यूट एंड शेयर। कहानी वहां से शुरू करते हैं। हाँ जी, मे बी 1 or 2 शेयरिंग्स। हेलो।
Yes, sir. Participant, please unmute yourself and make this session interactive.
Sir, as I myself, Sir Priyank Sharma, Galgotias University
Priyank.
Agriculture. Sir, as I am being the part of agribusiness, I am MBA in agribusiness and PhD in agribusiness. So my main focus is on networking related to the agribusiness, the agri inputs, and maybe agri startups. So my main networking is related to that only, sir. So that's make मतलब जो farmer के काम भी आए and the farmer will able to get their income good and profits by whatever they are
प्रियांक,
doing.
मेरे आपसे कुछ सवाल हैं। तो आपने कहा कि जी आप एग्री बिजनेस में हैं, राइट? हेलो, आर यू एबल टू हियर मी?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
या सो आपने कहा कि आप एग्री बिजनेस में हैं,
Yes, sir.
है ना? तो क्या आप अपना बिजनेस आइसोलेशन में कर सकते हैं?
No, sir. Right now, I am, sir, at Galgotias University as a professor at PhD agribusiness. And in future, maybe, sir, I will hope to start a startup as I belongs to Himachal Pradesh. So I have finding some
So which place in
opportunities.
हिमाचल प्रदेश?
Sir, Solan.
सोलन। तो सोलन में तो इसका डीएमआर भी है ना, डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ मशरूम रिसर्च।
Yeah, sir. Mushroom is there. Sir, tomato is there. Right now, these days, the varieties of Himsona is like sold at 5,000 per crate. And even one of my friend, he just मतलब
तो आप यहाँ
sell
गलगोटिया में क्या
around
कर रहे हो?
about.
टमाटर बेचो?
No. I really want to take some exposure.
Yeah. So I've participated in a program at a DMR for growing mushrooms. And yeah, so my question again is, don't think like a faculty right now. I'm asking you as an entrepreneur in agri business, are you limited only, or let us say your students, are they limited only to people from agriculture or elsewhere as well?
Yes, sir. Elsewhere also that maybe have some fintech solutions, supply chain. So yeah, but being like
Absolutely.
very broad. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So जब आप networking की बात करते हैं, networking is not limited only to your industry or your faculty. जागृति एकदम ऐसे सर हिला रही है, तो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, उनको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है। All right, thanks. So yeah, this is a point which I wanted to make and start off with, that networking is not limited to, you cannot box networking. आप networking जितनी ज्यादा broad based करेंगे उतनी ज्यादा बेहतर होगी। Is it okay if I speak in Hindi? मेरी अंग्रेजी थोड़ी कमजोर है।
Yes, sir. Okay.
ठीक है। And anybody has a challenge if I speak in Hindi?
No, sir. ये अच्छी है सर। आप हिंदी में।
चलिए ठीक है। All right. So I'll use a mixture of both Hindi as well as English. कभी ज्यादा नहीं हुआ तो फिर उसमें थोड़ी सी पंजाबी भी डाल दूंगा। Hello, somebody saying something? Yeah, so are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I can see that I'm sandwiched between two doctors. So मैं थोड़ा कम
But sir,
पढ़ा लिखा आदमी
PPT
हूँ।
is not visible. Oh, yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Right. So I said I can see that I am sandwiched between two doctors, but that's okay. I'll have to manage with that today. Agenda for today is the purpose of business, 7 tips for business networking, and what next. All right. So now my second question to you is, why does a business exist? कुछ बताएंगे? Why does the business exist? Hello.
So for a purpose to sell goods and services.
Okay. What else?
To making rokda.
Absolutely, to make Rokra. Give a big round of applause to Dr. Gaurav. Gaurav sir, आप
Rokda is
गलत
also
जगह
there,
पे
sir.
बैठे हुए बता रहा हूँ.
The social stability is also there. Not only Rokda.
So social stability is the second outcome. The primary reason for a business to exist is to
That
make
give
money.
value, products and services.
Fine. So make money by giving valuable products and services. अगर बिजनेस में पैसा नहीं होगा तो आप वैल्यू कहां से दे लोगे? अपनी जेब से अपने आप को मार के कितनी देर तक वैल्यू दे सकते हो आप? For a sustainable business to exist, the business has to make money. अगर गलगोटिया यूनिवर्सिटी पैसा नहीं बनाएगी तो आप में से काफी लोग हैं जिनकी नौकरी जाएगी. जाएगी ना?
बिल्कुल जाएगी सर.
बिल्कुल. So that means the purpose of business is to make money. Let us get straight on that. क्लियर है? तो आज हम इस विषय पर बात करेंगे कि जी बिजनेस क्यों एग्जिस्ट करता है और उसमें बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग क्या रोल प्ले करता है. डज दैट मेक सेंस? इज दैट ओके? या कुछ और कवर किया जाए?
It is on
Agree sir.
participant.
Agree. Agree sir.
ठीक है जी. Fantastic. So again coming to this, why does a business exist? The prime purpose of business is profitability. I'm not talking about profit, I'm talking about profitability. All right. Now, what is profitability? Profitability is the extent to which a company earns profit month on month. तो प्रॉफिट बनाने की आदत को प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कहा जाता है. एक आधी बार कभी प्रॉफिट बना लिया तो उससे कहानी नहीं चलेगी. Right? Profitability is the capability of a business to earn profit. Factors that impact profit are demand, productivity, competition, and expenses. Profitability is all about increasing sales, increasing margin, and reducing costs of the business. What impacts profitability? The customer, the consumer. If there is no consumer, there would be no product, there would be no product, there would be no profit, there would not be profitability. And the company, the business. And obviously competition also impacts it. This entire thing happens in the environment, which is the external environment, the political environment, the legal environment, the social environment, everything else which impacts the business. All right. So business happens in this dynamic world. And why do businesses fail? So 56% of businesses fail because they don't do marketing well. So there may be a poor product market fit, or there would be wrong marketing strategies. That is why businesses fail. 18% of them fail because the team is not appropriate. 16% of them fail because of cash flow problems. And 10% of them fail because of other reasons. All right. Now, this was some fundamentals of the business. Why business exists, why does it fail, in what environment does it work? Now, why should you listen to me? I claim to be a performance expert. I look at how businesses can perform better. My name is Atul Puri. I have worked for around 20 years in the corporate space. Before I started building this platform called eGrowth with an intention to contribute to the small and medium businesses. During the journey, I picked up some awards for sales, performance, expanding community and the likes. I'm an electronics engineer from Mumbai University, an MBA from IGNOU, and I've also done a program in competitive marketing strategy from IIM Bangalore. I'm on the advisory board of MSME Bharat Manch. I'm also the chapter director for an organization called Startup Grind for Gurgaon. I'm also a charter member with TIE Delhi NCR. I'm a published author with 2 books, Golf, Mastering Business Success and Opportunity, The Journey from You to Yes. I have traveled around 80,000 kilometers across the country to get a pulse of the businesses. I've worked with more than 10,000 entrepreneurs, trained around 1,500 of them, coached 100 of them, and have been in the implementation journey of 20 of them. This was a little bit about me. The organizations that I'm associated with are eGrowth, MSME Bharat Manch, TIE Delhi NCR, Startup Grind. I would urge you to look up these organizations and see how they can benefit you. Now coming to the topic of the day, business networking. Create, nurture, and leverage. So now my question to you is, why business networking? So can I hear from you? Why business networking? Hello? बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग किस लिए जरूरी है? बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग से हमें क्या मिलता है?
For more exposure to our business.
Okay. What else?
Flow of money.
Okay. What else?
Business will sustain if you have the network.
Fantastic. What else? So do you want business to be just sustainable or more than that?
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yes. What else?
And innovation too.
Innovation,
For the production.
okay. Sorry, what was this? Production. How come production?
Productivity in terms of profitability.
Yeah, that makes sense. What else?
More market area.
More market area, okay. What else? Anything else? ऐसा मैंने गौरव साहब को कहा था कि जी थोड़े पैसे बढ़ा दो, उन्होंने पैसे दिए नहीं, तो इसलिए आई एम आस्किंग यू पीपल, आई एम लर्निंग फ्रॉम यू. Otherwise, I would have delivered the entire lecture. But now, since he's not paid enough, so I'm asking you guys to teach me. Isn't that a great idea? All right. So thanks. This makes a lot of sense. Let us see what else. All right. So business networking is to build long-term relationships. See, business is all about relationships, whether with our suppliers, our customers, our employees, our team, everybody. Right? And through business networking, we are able to cultivate these relationships. We are able to nurture these relationships. We are able to unfold these relationships. Once a relationship is there, we can do something with it. In the absence of relationship, we can't do much. Somebody also spoke about value. This also allows us to create value, right? What else? So you can leverage your network for getting manpower. So man, money, machine, method, material, market access, mentorship, guidance, everything you can get through your network. You're operating your business in your network. The more you're glued to it, the more you're connected to it, better results would you have. Does that make sense? If it does, write in the chat box leverage. So what I've done is I've created an acronym for network. N for nurture, E for elevate, T for teach, W for weave, O for opportunities, R for relatedness, and K for know-how. So these are the 7 tips for business networking, and we'll go through them one by one. So if that is an aha moment, write in the chat box network. Let me see how many of you are writing network in the chat box. Hello. On the right hand side, there's an option to chat. 245 people and not even a single message. Hello. I understand you are teachers, you are faculty, your job is to ask questions, not answer. I do understand that, but fir bhi once in a while you can answer also. Hanji, what's up? Jagriti ji, answer dijiye.
Already written,
I'm
sir.
not where, but I am not able to see it in the chat box. Where
I
is
have
it?
already written, and it is. And I think very first answer is my. I have just
Please,
written first time.
NSWERHERE. Okay, now I'm able to see. Sorry, there was some issue at my end. Great. Sorry, that's fine. Okay, let's move further. So network is nurture, elevate, teach, weave, opportunities, relatedness, and know-how. So nurture is about getting to know them, empathize with them, contribute to them, and listen. So one thing which is very important about networking is the moment you start thinking from what can I get from here, you will stop getting. And as you start thinking or as you contribute to the network, your network will start contributing back to you. All right. So giving takes care of getting. आप जितना दोगे उससे कहीं ज्यादा पाओगे. This is the first rule of networking. Give first, then you will get. So get to know the people, empathize with them, contribute to them, and listen to them. So 5 orbits of customer relationship. So the first set, so there are 8 billion people on this planet. And those 8 billion people are prospects for you in some kind or the other. A prospect is somebody who's not an existing customer. His relationship with you is that of doubt. When a prospect becomes a customer, he becomes a new customer, and our relationship is that of trial. The customer is trying us out. He's not very certain whether we meet his demands or not, but he's willing to try. When this customer comes back again, he becomes a client. A client is still a new customer. He has some amount of belief in us, in our services, in our products. When a client has trust in us, he is an old customer with us, he becomes an advocate for us. He would say some good words for us. The next level of maturity is partner, where there is a strong bond between us. When I'm saying us, between our business and the relationship that we have with them. He becomes a partner. He starts recommending us. Please write in the chat box 5 orbits. Okay. Next one is elevate. Elevate is about raising the bar. Contribute to them every time. Eliminate their fears. See, when you are connecting with somebody, there would definitely be fears. whether he will serve me well or not, whether the quality is good or not, what will people say, whether it will raise my social status or not. So many questions come up. Our job is to eliminate those fears one by one. So our job is to raise the bar and always keep in mind they come first. In communication, they say you come first. Here, they come first. It is not me. They also say donkey comes last. So I am the one who comes last. Rest, everybody else comes first. Contribute to them. All right. So the lowest level would be sales, wherein we're operating as salesmen and the primary purpose is to exist. When there is some kind of a bond, there will be some referrals which will be coming. At that time, the business is behaving like a hunter. We're still in the position of existence. Next level of maturity is networking. The business behaves like a farmer. There's a kind of belonging between the customer and us. The next level of maturity is leverage, wherein we start behaving like a weaver. There's a kind of a belonging between the customer and us. And still higher is contribution, wherein we are behaving like a contributor. And the relationship is that of give back. So I do understand it is difficult to start from contributing, but wherever you are, raise the bar to the next one and next one and next one until you are in a state of contribution. So write in the chat box, elevate. Next one is teach. All the knowledge that you gained, you are not going to take it back with you. When we die, this knowledge is not going to go with us. So it makes a lot more sense that we share this knowledge with others so that the knowledge remains, the knowledge continues to grow. There's a book called Dying Empty, which says that all what you have, share it with others so that it continues to grow. So teach what you know, teach good practices, teach how to save. Every time you're doing this, you are creating value. And if you are creating value, people start believing in you. People continue to be with you. All right. So teach what you know, teach good practices, teach how to save, and continue to innovate. The toolkit here is sales. There is something called a spin methodology, wherein you look at the situation, you identify the problem, you look at the impact of that, you look at the payoff which people get. And this is how you conduct sales. Referrals is sell what is available today. SWAT. Networking is ask, create awareness, sale, and then keep your customers. Leverage is golf, game, opportunity, lifeline, and future. And contribution is give, gratitude, inspire, value, and empathy. This is your toolkit. All right. Weave. Weave is get them together. Act like a weave. Think for them. Be the go-to person. Create others to others conversations. As I said, you are not the most important person. Donkey comes last. So create conversations such that other people speak about others and good about others, not gossip. So get them connected, think for them, be the go-to person, and have build conversations which are others to others. So hierarchy of sales. At the bottom comes sales. So you want to have a cup of tea, you look for a tea seller, you pay him the money, you get the tea, you drink, and you go away. Next level of maturity is being a hunter, wherein you have the skill, you're a sharpshooter. You identify the prey, shoot, pick the kill, and go away. Next level of maturity is that of a farmer. Here, you know what crop can be grown, where and what time and how. You grow the crop, harvest it, and then you make your money. And then the next level of maturity is being a weaver. wherein you are creating even more value in your product. You would be seeing these characters in the brackets, and you must be wondering what are these. So T is transaction. So with a T seller, there is only transaction which is happening. Hunter brings another dimension to it. He brings in his skill set and the transaction. The farmer brings knowledge also, so knowledge, skill, and transaction. Weaver brings yet one more dimension, that is process. So process, knowledge, skill, and transaction. So wherever you are, go to the next level. Not only go to the next level, even take others along with you to the next level. All right. Opportunities. Help them earn, help them grow, help them to unfold and create opportunities. Once again, hierarchy of sales. So sales, referrals, networking, leverage, and contribution. Continue to go to the next level. Then comes relatedness. Be reachable. Go all out and deliver the message that we are one. 5 orbits of customer relationship. Your prospect is the outermost circle. Next is customer. Next is client. Next is advocate. And then at the core is a partner. So your job is to take the people from the outer circle to the innermost circle. Obviously, you cannot do it for everyone, but you should keep on growing your strength at the core every day. This is what business networking is all about. Know how, share your knowledge, share how to, and make life easy for others. If people get to know that you are somebody who makes life easy for you, they will start thronging to you. They will start looking for you. They will start trying to find you. All right. So for this, you design your business, develop your business, and diversify at an appropriate time. All right. So keep on leveraging your network. The more you give, the more you get. People love to buy, they don't like to be sold to. So your job is to create an environment people would love to buy. And the last one is my favorite. If they like you, they will listen to you. If they trust you, they will buy from you. So life is all about crossing from liking to trust. Actually, from no relationship to likable to trustworthy. That's what networking is all about. Any questions? Hello? कोई सवाल? You can unmute and please ask, or concern, something what new, that what has popped up in your mind you want to share. Please go ahead. If you share, I'll give you something more. This presentation is just half of what I've shared. Hello? Anything else you'd like to share? कुछ नहीं मिला क्या आपको इतने में?
Awesome explanation, sir.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Anybody else? 244 people, 243 बंदे तो जाने शुरू हो गए भाई, क्या होगा? हाँ जी.
Yes, sir. If you give an effective examples.
Azmat, you saying something? Azmat, I'm not able to hear you. Can you please be a little loud?
Okay, sir. Now, am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
So this is very nice idea that you have given in the format of combined form like PKST, and prior to it, the first element which you said, we have to give before
Getting.
utilizing the resources. So
Yeah.
that really made me, feel like implementing in that thing which you have provided. Just
Thank you. So even if you take just one thing into your life, my job is done.
sure, sir. We'll try
Yeah.
our best.
Haji, what else did you get? All right, while you get your thoughts together, let me just go ahead with the sharing. So you got two choices. Now I understand you guys are not into business, but maybe someday you would be. Okay. You could have businesses of two kinds. One is a business by chance, wherein there is a beginning, there's growth, and there is struggle. Or you can have a business by design, wherein when you start, you spend enough time to design the business well. This is the stage of creation, wherein you are driven by the future. What is the kind of business you want? 5 years from today, where would you be? 10 years from today, where would you be? Once you've done that, then you get into the development stage, wherein the business starts building momentum. It's all about growth, and it is driven by present. How can I serve my customer today? And then you reach a stage of diversification. This is when you are in a stage of dominance. You would monetize your business, you would sell out the business, you would maybe integrate it with somebody else's business, you would maybe go in for a franchise model. So I invite you to build businesses wherein you spend a lot of time designing them rather than simply rushing into sales. So we've just seen you can have sales driven businesses, you can have referral driven businesses, you can have leverage driven businesses, and you can have contribution driven businesses. Contribution driven businesses will go a long distance. So if at all you have to become something, become a weaver. There are too many tea sellers around. All right. So make the great shift, speaking to listening. Listen to your customer. Expenditure to investment. Invest in your customer. My way to customer's way. Co-create with the customer. It is your customer who will always tell you what they want. It is your customer who will tell you what they like. It is your customer who will tell you what they resonate with. And always keep it in mind, it's the customer who pays your bills. For you being faculty, you being teachers, please remember it's the students who pay your bills. So if you serve them well, if you create them such that they can have worthy livings, worthy livelihoods, you are doing your job. All right. Design brings workability. It also brings a state change. Are you committed for a state change? If the answer is yes, then next couple of slides are for you. Otherwise, the session is over. So I am going to be leading a program called Mauj Kar Roz Kar on the next Saturday. That's 19th. Mauj is marketing or uske jugaad. So this is where I would be sharing 51 growth hacks for making rokda, making a lot of money. I hope you remember in the beginning we started off with the purpose of business is to make money. So 51 growth hacks to have a sustainable business. Mauj Kar Roz Kar. Mauj is marketing or uske jugaad. Roz is rupaya overflow in zindagi. The outcome would be 2 times leads, 3x conversion, 2x profit. What will be covered is 231 minutes of a live session. That's like 4 hours. 51 jugaad for marketing, 51 videos for these jugaads from global masters, supporting articles and blogs. So live session 231 minutes, 51 jugaads or growth hacks, 51 videos, 51 documents. The high points will be You will get inputs for sales funnel, buyer journey, email marketing, WhatsApp marketing, LinkedIn marketing, social media marketing, viral marketing, community-based marketing, high conversion websites, SEO, social media marketing, social media optimization, inbound and output marketing, and a lot more. At the end, everything counts and you can leave nothing to a chance. This program is priced at $999. You might want to participate. You might want your students to participate. You can share it with them. All right. And there's a gift for you. I can share the soft copy of this book, Golf Mastering Business Success. For this, you'll have to write to me on my email. So atul@egrowth.org. Any questions? Dhanyavad. So I'm available on LinkedIn as Atul Puri. My email ID is atul@egrowth.org. I'm available on WhatsApp by 9899116054. That's about it. Haji. Any questions? Questions, concerns, observations? Some feedback for me, how I can improve this further? Hello?
Hello, sir. I would like to
Yes.
say every moment was being connected, like networking जैसा feel आ रहा था. Not a single moment we just disconnected with your talk. It was a very nice talk. So
Thank you. I really appreciate the good words. Anything else? Thanks, Azmat.
You're welcome, sir. Hope to get such sessions in future too, sir.
Inshallah. Yeah. Any other observations? Any questions? इससे पहले कि गौरव सर कहें, साहब आपका समय हो गया है, आपसे मिलकर बहुत अच्छा लगा. I'm wondering how come there are no questions, nothing to share. Yeah, Dr. Shweta, please. Dr. Shweta, you got a question?
सर आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन में सारा कवर हो गया ना, इसलिए कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं बचा पूछने के लिए.
ये बहुत ही
अच्छी
खतरनाक
प्रेजेंटेशन
चीज है. थैंक यू. हाँ जी. एनीबडी एल्स? कुछ तो होगा. गौरव सर, ये सब लोग कह रहे हैं जाओ बहुत हो गया, अब नेक्स्ट सेशन आने दो.
गौरव सर भी लगता है सो गए सर वो.
मैं फोन अटेंड कर रहा था, बताइए. जी सर, कोई दिक्कत है?
मैंने दिक्कत ये है कि इनमें से कोई कैलविनेटर आवाज नहीं कर रहा, वैसे वाली कहानी हो गई है.
अच्छा. हो सकता है सर समझ में ना आ रहा हो या पूरा समझ में आ रहा हो.
ये दोनों परिस्थिति बहुत गड़बड़ है.
sir, everything was clear.
ऑल क्लियर सर, स्प्राइट है ये, बाकी सब बकवास है. हाँ जी. Well, I definitely enjoyed. So I must tell you that I enjoyed preparing for this. And every time I come and deliver, I am not the same person who started with the presentation. So thanks for being such a lovely audience. And I look forward to more such opportunities.
I have a question, may I?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I just want to know that because most of the times we are looking at other businesses, and also I just want to know that if we have to study some case studies or some revenue models of other successful or failed businesses as well, so which resource we have to follow so that I can be informed.
So Anuj, what faculty are you from?
Actually, I am a scholar. So
स्कॉलर तो किसी विषय में तो पढ़ रहे होंगे आप?
Life sciences.
Life sciences, right? So now, generally, whichever industry you are in, you would read something in that industry, right? Or whatsoever is of interest to you. For example, sometime back, there was a gentleman who was talking about agri-sciences, right? I gave him the example, and on top of it, he said that he's from Solon. So I said Solon has DMR, which is Directorate of Mushroom Research. So that kind of got me connected to him. Second is he was talking about agri-sciences, I spoke about agri-science. So like this, whatsoever is relevant to you, go to that segment and study there. You cannot just spray and pray. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, tomorrow I will be giving a session to an association which is working on bioenzymes. Okay, wherein my examples would be related to climate change. They will be related to chemical industry. They would be related to agriculture. Those kind of things, right? So so you need to be conscious of the audience whom you are reaching out to, and then do your study accordingly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See, I'm so much used to use words like customer, consumer, whereas here all of you are teachers. At least most of you are teachers, right? So unless I bring that kind of vocabulary in, you would feel out of sync. If I go to a doctor and I start saying your customers, this guy will shoot me at sight, because for him they are patients, isn't it? So it's very important to be in the shoes of the person to whom you're speaking. So always remember, donkey comes last. And I need not tell you who's the donkey. Yeah, there's somebody who's raised a hand. Who's this? Yeah, Dr. Shweta.
Yes.
So Anuj, did I answer your question?
Yeah, I've got you.
Great. Yeah, thanks. Dr. Shweta, हाँ जी बताएं. Doctor Saab, you got a remark or something?
Dear participant, if you have any query, you can ask. Please unmute yourself.
Sir, good morning. This is Mandar Suman from KPJ University from Vadodara. Sir,
Hi, Mandar.
hello, sir. Sir, during this the networkings, we are going to, I think, face some common challenges, and how we can overcome those, or in another word, we can say that how we can handle those situations.
So what are these challenges that you envisage?
So basically, that is related to as the networking, that is contacting the right person. Basically, that is the first thing.
Okay, so whom do you call? So so that comes with the first piece. You need to do your homework. Who is the right person for you?
That is, if we talk about some like the manufacturing or mechanical related the networking, or for our business we want to do within those the professions. So how we can face some challenges regarding that?
Right now, I am faced with a challenge to understand your question. Can you please make it more crisp?
It means how we can handle those challenges that we are going to face.
Right. So for that, first and for, if you are able to distinguish what the challenge is, you can do something about it. If you have not even distinguished that, then it is difficult to do anything about it.
Correct, sir. Correct,
Does that
sir.
make sense?
Yes, sir.
So what is the challenge that you're talking about?
Not any common challenge, or we can say that any challenge.
चलिए मंदार साहब, मैं आपको एक बड़ा ही मजेदार एग्जांपल देता हूं. मैं जाता हूं एक डॉक्टर के पास और डॉक्टर को कहता हूं, डॉक्टर साहब मुझे दर्द हो रही है. राइट?
करेक्ट.
डॉक्टर साहब पूछेंगे कहां दर्द हो रही है.
हाँ.
तो मैं उनको जवाब दूंगा किसी भी दर्द की दवा दे दीजिए.
नहीं, वो स्पेसिफिक दर्द पता होना चाहिए. वो तो सही आपको क्या हो रहा है वो.
तो सर आप बताएंगे जब तो हम उसका कुछ कर पाएंगे ना. ये सिर्फ ऐसा है कि हम सिर्फ खुदा को ये कह सकते हैं तुम ही ने दर्द दिया है, तुम ही दवा देना. बाकी और किसी को हम ये नहीं कह सकते.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट सर.
Right? So even if I'm going to the doctor, I'll have to tell him that I've got a headache, I've got a stomach ache, my hand is paining, my leg is paining, my neck is paining. Right?
Yes.
And
yes,
if you are married, you can go and tell your wife that your neck is paining, then you are sorted for life. Right?
Right.
I hope you got the joke.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So see, it's so you were talking about mechanical and industrial space, right? Let us say Baroda. I would assume there is a big pharma or a chemical kind of business. Even Baroda also has automobile, right? You identify which industry do you want to go. So let us say this one automobile, right? So if it is automobile, maybe Sanand is the area where you would have the automobile industries, factories, right? Now within the automobile space, are you interested in the mechanical piece, in the electrical piece, the plastic and rubber parts? Are you into manufacturing? Are you into services? Are you into training? Are you into consulting? Those are the kind of people you would want to reach out to, right?
Yes.
So unless you specify to that extent, now within a manufacturing industry, there's a managing director, there is a director of works, there is an HR person, there is somebody who takes care of security, there is somebody who takes care of the canteen in that facility. Whom do you want to talk to? ये काम तो आपको करना पड़ेगा ना.
Right, sir.
So the moment you do this, then you will get present to that, then you will be able to figure out कि जी इसकी association कौन सी है. For example, I am a business transformation coach and consultant. I look for businesses whom I can consult. I look for manufacturers who would take my services. तो उसके लिए मैं क्या करता हूं? I look for industrial associations. So that in one go I'm speaking to multiple people. एक आदमी को अगर करना शुरू करूंगा तो हिंदुस्तान में 6.34 करोड़ MSMEs हैं. कितने? 6.34 करोड़, तो इस उम्र में तो मैं नहीं रीच आउट कर पाऊंगा उनको. So for that I identify some of the associations, reach out to those associations कि in one go I'm able to speak to 100 of them, 200 of them, and then out of those 200, let us say 20 of them they reach out to me. Out of those 25 of them they start working with me. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I would have to create that, be clear about whom do I want to go and speak to. Mandar, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that clarification.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Neelam.
Good morning, ma'am.
कैसे हैं आप?
Ma'am, you are muted. Sir, we are very grateful, sir.
गौरव साहब कह रहे हैं मेरा नेक्स्ट स्पीकर आ गया, अब तुम अपना अवार्ड लो, निकलो यहाँ से.
नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं है. You can extend the session also.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for accepting
pleasure,
our
sir.
invitation and delivering such a wonderful and interactive session. So kindly accept the memento of gratitude from the
Thank you for
organizing
inviting me,
committee.
sir.
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
So good morning, Dr. Neelam. Have a great session ahead.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry my mic was off that time when I responded.
Good morning,
No
ma'am.
Good
So आप
morning.
कहाँ, लखनऊ में हैं या दिल्ली में?
नहीं, लखनऊ में है.
Fantastic. चलिए मुलाकात होती है बाद में. All right, bye. Thanks a lot. Anybody has a question, you can always reach out to me.
Thank
See
you,
you.
sir.
Bye. Thanks.
Okay, so we are proceeding for the third session. The topic is critical thinking, creative thinking, like the design thinking and innovation design. That will be covered by Dr. Neelam Saxena, ma'am. And we would like to invite you, ma'am, to deliver the keynote address at this FDP program.
Thank you.
जी.
Just give me a minute to share my screen.
Okay.
Thank you, Gaurav ji, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your very
FDP
enlightening
program.
2
Thank you.
days workshop.
2 weeks, ma'am.
And I hope something is visible to you all now.
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay, so a very warm good afternoon. I am sure all of you are now, saturated with entrepreneurial approaches across our various sessions which have been taken by esteemed speakers. So now we are going to deep dive into how do we develop an entrepreneurial journey which is associated with the customers. So the topic for the day is critical thinking, creative thinking, design thinking, and innovative design. So when I do design thinking, we will initially discuss design thinking as a tool for human-centric approach, innovative design, what it is, how and why do we need this, critical thinking, and creative thinking. critical thinking and creative thinkings are tools for innovation. And design thinking is a tool for a human-centric approach towards entrepreneurial journey. So whether I want to design a product or a solution for my customers, I need to understand who are they. Before we start on with design thinking, let me ask you, who is a customer? Who's a customer?
Who has a need? Who has a need?
Who has a need? Very rightfully put. Very rightfully put. Any difficulty in understanding this sentence? Whatever is the pain point, then it is. So how am I going to take the session today? I am going to take a session initially by starting with design thinking and using innovation as a tool for human-centric approach to design a customer's solution, and then using critical thinking and creative thinking as a tool for innovation. So what is design thinking? Design thinking is a process, or it is a way of thinking where I find problems worth solving and the solutions worth making. It is basically a problem solving mindset, which is based on people's needs and wants, what people like and dislike. It can be with regards to production, packaging, marketing, retailing, support, or all of them. It is a skill which will allow a designer to align what people want and what can be done and produce a viable business strategy that creates customer value and market opportunity. What actually is design thinking is from making people want things to making things which people want. For example, online marketing and digital advertisement is the area which I want to work on. So rather than say, I am going to be doing online marketing and digital advertisement, I will be saying, I am designing digital services and product so that whoever wants these digital services and products to be designed, they can contact me. And what it is not, you don't have to confuse design thinking with visual design. It is not what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. For an example, everything I designed in the car, from lower emission to lower taxes or giving a driving pleasure into it. Or when I go in insurance, the broker uses a design thought process to make my experience of filling the form for insurance easy. So we have moved ourselves from thinking as designers to thinking ourselves as design thinkers. Design thinking is a mindset. Look at this. What does it depict? Can someone share with me their ideas? What are you seeing on the screen?
Maybe movie theater with recliners.
Yes, a movie theater with reclining. What happened with 3 years of COVID? People stopped going into the cinema hall. And to draw them back into the cinema hall, they have started this total reclining, so that, see what happened during COVID time, all of us were on bed. Half of the time, the movie was seen only on bed, and they were not interested in moving out. So someone designed this and is making money out of it. This is Titan's first payment watch. If you look into the advertisement which they have brought in, the family of 4 is eating food. The father says, I have forgotten my wallet. So the lady of the house says, I have my Paytm. The net is not there, so they are not able to do. The brother over there says, I have this card. you can swap it and take money out of it. They are not able to take out money from that card. So this girl says, I have a smart watch, I can pay money, and through this she pays her due amount to the restaurant. See how nicely they have designed this ad so that they could attract this, smart sip tender coconut. Coconut carrying and delivering it was very difficult. So ID Foods have come up with this idea of how to deliver coconut at home so that it is easy for everyone to uh, use it at their home, fresh coconut water. Or payment rings, they have come in for a new product. Why are these products coming? When you forget your mobile, your purse at home, you are wearing something and you can pay and give. Look at idli and dosa batter. Door to door, you can have at any instant of time idli and dosa batter given by ID Foods for crispy dosas. Till now, the human-centric brain was saying that the batter for idli was different and dosa was different. But look at ID coming up with a combination of same for both the products. Or look at Indulekha. Was there not a problem of putting oil in your hair and spilling that oil, and it was so clumsy, and now it is so easy getting your hair oil right to the root of your hair. Or you look at the pill packs and prescriptions which have been given through a delivery system. Wearable breast pump, trying to solve a solution, give a solution to young mothers who are unable to feed their kids. Ever Saregama? What is Saregama having inside? Anyone seen into it? We can have it as an interactive session because this is a very interesting one. Has anyone seen into what is inside Saregama? Karwa?
Yes, ma'am. It has collection of more than 6,000 old songs.
In a pen drive.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a pen drive. What was happening? Saregama was, HMV was going out, old music was going out, rap songs were coming in, and they found a gap in the market. And they gave a solution as Saregama. And one pen drive, and you look at the price of Saregama Karwa, right? And you cannot shuffle through in this. Newer ways of making people spend money. You should have a toothbrush which is battery operated, and having a laptop in which you can use it as a charger. Look at design thinking in Netflix, how they came up as #1 in the market. So what is design thinking? What do you say? Design thinking is often confused with visual design. So it has nothing to do with a visual design, which gave you so many of examples in this. So design thinking is a method to solve problem that people face. It is creating things that people need, and it is not restricted to any specific field. Engineers, teachers, entrepreneurs, doctors, and many other professionals can apply this design thinking. Design thinking is not about visual design. As I had said before, it is about how things look, how they feel, how they work, and therefore it may be applied to simple processes such as redesigning your morning routine, from complex ones to reducing down your environmental pollution. Design thinking is a result of creation of something new. You know, it can be in a form of a product, it can be in a form of process or service associated. So what is design thinking?
Hello, dear students. Are you a little curious about this lesson, design thinking? So let's get started. When someone says design, what is the first thing you imagine? Clothes, shoes, laptops, smartphones? Oh, now that has made me think about shops and malls. If you have also started dreaming, please come back. So, coming back to our question, has design only got to do with something at all? Is it only about how something looks? Is it only about beautiful things? If you imagine things that look beautiful, you are indeed right. But again, you're only partially right. Design is more than how something looks. And surprise, surprise, also applies to things you may not see and may not be able to touch. Are you thinking, how is that possible? Well, it is possible, and it is exactly what we will discover next few minutes. For instance, suppose you have to catch a bus to college every morning at 9 a.m. and before you do that, you have to do a number of things. Exercise in the morning, take your dog out for a walk, that is if you have one. Have your mother in the kitchen, and you need to go out to the market to buy milk.
Ma'am, voice is not coming.
तो कंप्लीट कब हो जाएगा? ये एक आर्बिट्ररी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बोला हुआ है और ये क्या कर जाए? कन्वर्ट कर दे किसमें? CX में। अच्छा, ये कन्वर्ट करेगा तो किसी नंबर पे करेगा या किसी फंक्शन पे करेगा?
Ma'am, you are muted.
फिर कन्वर्ट करना है इसको किसी नंबर पे, तो नंबर का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है? फंक्शन। अगर आरएन की बात कर रहे हो तो वो नंबर का मतलब क्या होता? एन टपल, किसी एन टपल पे करता। मुझे इसे कन्वर्जन दिखाना, ये कॉस्ट सीक्वेंस है, तो अगर ये कॉस्ट सीक्वेंस है तो fn minus fm will be less than epsilon zero होता for all n comma m greater than।
सर कोई और ऑनलाइन है कि वॉइस आ रहा है, कोई पढ़ा रहा है?
तो ये होगा
Ma'am, you are muted. Your voice is not coming. Please unmute yourself.
Please tell me, Gaurav, the volume is coming.
Yes, voice is coming on. Audio is coming. Yes.
Okay. So what
Hello,
we have
dear
discussed till
students.
now, what
Are
is
you
design
a little
thinking?
curious about this lesson? Design.
This has been again told over here. So let's move ahead. From here, design is not what it looks, but it is what it works, how it feels and how it works. That's what Steve Jobs has said. It is basically a tool whereby I am going to have empathy to adapt and have a courage, an emotional resilience and open-mindedness. There are certain skills and methods and tools which I require. So I need to reframe, ideate, iterate, prototype, sense making, facilitation, co-creation, and collaboration. So it is an hands-on activity, not just a thinking process. So when I say about the design thinking, it is more to do with working rather than thinking. So design thinking is an iterative process in which we seek to understand the user, challenge the assumptions, and redefine the problem. Identify alternative strategies and solutions that might not be instantly apparent to us at the initial level of understanding. At the same time, design thinking provides a solution-based approach to solving problem. It is a way of thinking as well as a way of working. So that observation and user-centricness associated with it.
Hello there. Hope that you're all excited.
I hope
we will
you are
learn
able to
many
hear.
new things about design thinking, and you will hear some interesting stories too. But before that, let me ask you a question. You know there is this word empathy? Do you know what it means? I'm sure you do. But let me just explain it so that all of us understand it in the same way. Empathy means understanding a person and understanding the person's pains and problems. Suppose you're in a bus and you are seated comfortably. An elderly lady gets into the bus from a stop and comes and stands near you. In all probability, you will get up and offer her your seat. By doing so, you are displaying empathy. You understand for the lady to stand, you understand her pain, and so you offer her your seat. Are you wondering what empathy has to do with design thinking? Well, it is the main principle of design thinking. The other principles are observation and user-centeredness. Wait. Are you thinking, oh my God, how boring? Again, some more principles. Don't write me off yet, please. I will not bore you with the lecture on these principles. You know what I will do? I will tell you some stories. So here is the first story. It is the year 2001 and the month is October. A new product is launched and the world is taken by surprise. The product is something that fits into your pocket and is set to change the play music. Can you guess what this product could be? I'm sure you would have guessed. Yes, it is the iPod. It has 50 GB of storage and was the size of the tape that went into a Walkman. And you could download an entire CD into the gadget within 10 seconds. Why was it such a success when it was launched? It was because Apple, the company, empathize with these people who love music and wanted their music to go. This understanding need is empathy. And when you design a product, keeping these very needs in mind, the product you create will definitely be user-centric. And that is the second principle of design thinking. User-centric means something that is centered around the user. And here is the second story. It was a rainy day in Bangalore. Tata headed the Tata Group. He was traveling in his car when suddenly a scooter turned in front of his car and lost control. A family of four who were on the scooter fell on the pavement. Nobody got hurt, but this incident led Ratan Tata to think of making road travel safer. This is how the idea for the nano car was born. So, guys, can you all identify the principle of design thinking in this story? Yes, empathy, user-centeredness. And here is the third principle now. Observation. These very principles brought to the Indian roads a small car called Nano that was affordable to the scooter owners. I hope you enjoyed these stories, and here's one last story. And for this here in Africa, because the story is set there, is the story of Richard Churere. He was an 11-year-old boy then, and at this young age, he was responsible for taking care of his family's cattle. But very often, lions from the neighboring grasslands would attack the cattle. One day, a small observation led him to design a solution for this problem. He had observed that lions were afraid of approaching the farm when someone was carrying a flashlight, a torch. He used this observation to design a light. The light was wired to an old car battery, which in turn was powered. This light flickered on and off and tricked the lions into believing that someone was moving around with a flashlight. So see, what a simple thing such an observation can do. It can spark creativity and innovation in a young boy. Let's agree to empathize and observe at all times, wherever we are. Who knows? We too may come up with a solution to some problem someday. And with that, I wind up for today. Hello.
So what is the most important thing to do in the business is solve problems, because it is always in context with the people who you are going to give a solution for. So Scopus is the way you try to understand what the people are trying to do. Design thinking is a human-centric approach to problem solving. Look at this video.
Hi, I am Janan. I am the inventor of Casbella. I'm a professional engineer. Once I see a design problem, it becomes a thorn in my side and I need to find a solution to it. I was sitting at my mother-in-law's house and she walked in with a dripping umbrella and complaining about her floor getting wet. This is something with the umbrella design. And many other problems that I discovered once I started thinking about this problem with existing umbrellas. It is in our nature as human beings to improve things. So when I see something wrong in design, I have to work and try to find a solution to it. I sat down and listed the problems that I could see with the existing design. When you walk to your car, you are having to close the umbrella first before you can open the door to get in, exposing yourself to the rain, and you get in your car with a wet, soggy umbrella, having to handle the wet side of the canopy, dripping water on the floor, opening the umbrella and closing the umbrella in confined spaces. Edison has said it. There is a way to do things better, find it. I believe, as far as umbrellas are concerned, I found the solution. This faulty umbrella design has been with us for 3,000 years, and I think we can do better. And who doesn't want better?
Introducing the Casbrella. The genius of Casbrella lies in how incredibly different the mechanics are from the traditional umbrella, yet still looks identical to it. Without changing the aesthetics of the common umbrella, the Casbrella has been professionally engineered from years of research and design to create a reverse way of thinking. The Casbrella is the world's first reverse folding umbrella that works.
We have got a fully working prototype. We have got the manufacturing process initiated now. I have got a very strong team of people around me. We are ready to go. My ambition now is make the Casbrella totally replace the existing umbrella design.
See what empathy could have done for your product. It changed the umbrella totally upside down. Tide, Tide understood the need of people eating food and dropping it on their shirts in the office or formally placed. And, they have come up with a so that they can give a solution to their customers. Look at this ad. I'm not going to run through all the videos. There are many videos, but I am trying to emphasize 3 things in this. One is empathy. The second is user-centric, and third is observation. When there are road jams and a big vehicle is in front of you, you cannot see something ahead of that bus, why that vehicle is taking so much of long time. So in Brazil and Mexico, they have come up, a TV has been installed, a screen has been installed, and you can see what is ahead, so that ahead on that vehicle, so that you can have a safe travel associated with you. Look at this ad. This is a Fortune ad. I'm not going to run through it. You can see it in the YouTube. Here the lady in the refuses to have food till the time that nurse is unable to understand why is she not having food, and then she realizes how important it is for a person to have home cooked food in the hospitals. So that's what the ad says for Fortune. This is yellow, and this product is being used in rural India to solve the problem of students sitting in. There are no table and chair, and as a result, the students have started having their spine curved. So a organization called as Prayas has come forward, who's making this yellow bag, which can be opened up as a table to sit. There is a solar light also given, so that ease is there, and educating the children cannot be compromised because of not having electricity over there. You can look into the videos. Acha, see this Savlon, we were struggling to teach hygiene to the students. So Savlon came up with an idea of clean hands. And now, everyone was asked to show the clean hands after using Savlon. So we have started thinking of ourselves as designers to thinking of ourselves for design thinking. And where do you begin with? You begin with the desirability. And then you look into the business and what is the technology which is going to be used. Tim Brown, who has brought in design thinking approach to innovation, says that it designers toolkit to integrate the need of people and the possibilities of technology and requirements of business. So designers don't search for solutions till they have determined the real problem. And they are trying to solve it over and consider a huge number of potential solutions. Only when they will finally converge proposal, this process is called as design thinking. Again, this is a ad where a solution to the car parking has been given, and you can keep cars two side by side because the doors are going below. So business application of design thinking is huge. You try to create as many number of ideas and use the funnel, and design traverse the whole entire value chain, right from exploration, development, and commercialization. And it is again iterated again and again. So 90% of these companies are design driven and they outperform. Look at 3M, 3M and Virgin are the big design thinkers organization. Just think, just explore yourself that when you have two coffee shops next to each other and both of them are selling the exact product at the same price, the service design is what makes you walk into one and does not make you go into the other. So we have redefined innovation success as delivering and superior experiences, and we have to start ourselves with thinking as with undermers and staying connected with them throughout the development process. Because if we are disconnected, our empathy, observation, and user-centric gets compromised. So you can do design thinking for business on 3 grounds. One is products and platforms. The second is business models, ideas. And the third is customer service experience. And I am going to give you the examples of all. This is the edible millet-based spoons which have come in place of spoons, plastic spoons. So when we talk about products and platforms, it is, so many app stores are. How do you download and how are you? You can look into the Apple which has come out. You can look at the solar car which is on the way, and you can even look into the how these cars open up. Airbnb and Uber using the business and ideas. Customer service and experience can through Amazon, through their site, Starbucks, through the Galgotias. So there are 3 things which you have to look into is a service design, customer experience, and user experience. So in 1965, the average tenure of companies through S&P was 500. S&P 500 was 33 years. In 1990, it had come down to 20. And by 26, it is going to be 14 years. If this is the progression of in which your organization is going to stay, then you are in a highly competitive market and you need to have technological solutions to social impact and public policies to make it as a competitive advantage. So it is the nervous system where organizations have to innovate. They have to constantly learn about their users and how their users be imaginative with their solution and be agile in their response mechanism to try to settle with problems. So what are the elements of design? It is human centric. The technology is there. You need to create experience. It has to have an holistic solution. It involves emotions. It is validated through prototype. This is a problem solving process. It has creative logic. So actually design thinking is less about thinking and more about doing. People centric, highly creative, hands-on, iterative, and wicked problems are the key elements of it. So when we talk about people centric, it is not about you, it is your ability and share the feelings of others. Empathy makes people rethink and redesign their problems, what they are trying to solve. So if you are not having a lot of empathy, you will be missing out on lots. It has to be highly creative. Design thinking stimulates you to look at situations differently and come up with new solutions that go beyond and improve the existing alternatives. It is an integrative thinking. It is the ability to look at different aspects of the problem. So hands-on, stop discussing, start working, make ideas tangible. It is a prototyping, is thinking with your hands-on, test your hypothesis. Failure is necessary, and failing to succeed is very important. So you have to keep on trial and method through it. What do you mean by iterative? Going back again to the problem and coming down to the solution, making a prototype, testing, and going back. So it is understand, create, and learn cycle, which you have to go on doing again and again. It is about wicked problems. What do you mean by wicked problems? Perennial problems in the society which do not get solved, and problems which are ill-defined. Both problem and solutions are unknown at the beginning, and as a large part of the problem solving is actually defining the problem. And it is quite as you are leaving your comfort zone. So your solution and many other solutions of this same problem can be there. How you are going to interpret it as is the way you look at design thinking. So looking at design thinking process and toolkit, these are the 5 steps: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. And when I say it is iterative, it can be going back from hop, skip, and jump at any of the steps in this 5 process as designed by Tim Brown. This is a double diamond method of design thinking, where you diverge with the number of solutions and then you converge. Again, you diverge with the ideation and converge with the prototype. So this is a double diamond method of design thinking. Again, I will not show you the video, because you can look into the video on YouTube. I want to rush through. I am already half an hour through with the session, and I have to complete 3 more portions which are very heavy in half an hour. So let me skip through. But Jaipur Foot, I'm sure every one of us know how innovative it is and how design thinking has been done to give a solution to all individual problems.
Ma'am, if you want to
so
take
empathy
this,
comes to be the first.
Ma'am, if you want to extend the session, you can, ma'am.
But the faculty
That,
will be
as
busy.
per your
They were
convenience.
not told, na?
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I have 100 slides of innovation also. So let us empathize and understand the experience, situation, or emotion. You need to do 3 things in it. You have to observe, engage, and immerse. To empathize, where you just cannot say, I have put myself into that situation and I understand. You have to watch each and every customer over there. What are they doing? Because what they say and what they do, people, they don't believe in it. They are not similar. They may say something and actually be doing something. I just have experienced that. So to create meaningful innovations, we need to know what our users want and how they care about their lives. Look at Rotomatic. Nobody in India buys it because it's very costly, but it has found its market in US, where NRIs want to make chapati time. They have got a market where even international people want to have chapati as a bread, and they are ready to give money. It's pretty costly. You won't find this product in India, but the empathizing it, making it, and then trying to get the exact customer, the customer user experience also matters a lot into it. So empathy is the most important thing. Assume a beginner's mindset. Ask what, how, and why. Ask 5 whys. Have an empathy map ready. Conduct interviews for empathy. Build empathy with analogies. Use photos and videos. Use personal photos and video journals. Engage with extreme users. Share stories and capture and create the journey maps. If you do all this, doing empathizing with it, then after that you have to define the problem, then ideate the problem, make a prototype, then test, and then come back again to empathize. So if I use 5 why methodology, I am able to get to the exact reason why I need to have. Then if I have to use designing as a tool for growth, then I need to identify the opportunity, draft my design and make my plan. So when I do this, then I have to start answering what am I doing? I need to do my research. I need to have my insights and establish a criteria. How do I do the brainstorming? How do I create more possible solutions? How do I develop my concepts? How do I create some napkin stitches and do a patchwork to them? What are my surface key assumptions? How do I make prototypes? Get feedbacks from stakeholders. Run your launchings. So what is going to work? What exactly is going to be acceptable by my customer? I need to watch it and highlight. So when I create an empathy map, this is the first step for design thinking. I need to understand what does the user think, say, does, and feel. He says something and do something. What does he say? Something other than that, which when people are not wanting to share the exact results. Say someone asks, what shampoo do you use? They will go and say, I use Dove, L'Oreal. Maybe it is not that. They are using some other brands, but just to be in that peer, they say something. What does the user do? What are the actions which the user has taken during the experiment? What are the feelings? See, when we were looking at Casper, how it's telling us all about empathy, and getting wet, getting out of the car, getting wet, dropping water all across the area while carrying the umbrella, because you don't keep your umbrella out of your house. And how they have managed to give a solution. You can use this brainstorming techniques for it. Now let us look into defining. How do I define? I define my problem. I empathized. Then I have defined the problem, the process and synthesis of finding in the form of view that you will address. You develop an understanding of the type of a person you are designing, what are the needs to synthesize, and what are the insights which you have got. So from the unknown, you are going to the known. Framing the right problem is the only way to create a bag, which was there initially by Prayas just as a bag for a table to be, for a bag to be taken, because it has been made by the discarded PET bottles and the discarded polymers which was there. And the solar lamp or the way to sit, they have improved the quality. So this is, defining the problem. Unless you define the problem right, you cannot frame the question right, and the solution will not required. So when you are defining the problem, then you need to go in for ideation. Focus on idea generation. How do you translate the problems into the solutions? Explore a wide variety and large quantity of ideas to go beyond an obvious solution to a problem. And creativity, a way which you can use to combine and the unconscious and rational thoughts and imagination. It can be a group energy, a synergy which is required. So leverage the group to reach out new ideas and to build upon each other's idea. That is what you need to do in ideation. You can have thematic way of doing idea generation. Either it can be brainstorming, thematic, heuristic. There can be 10, 15 types, whatever you want to do. So, but the group synergy needs to be there, and leverage the group to reach out for new ideas and build upon each other idea. If criticism starts, then the ideation process will not succeed. And separate the generation and evaluation too by giving an imaginative voice to it. So it is not about coming up with the right idea. It is about generating the broadest range of possibilities associated. So I have designed. And when I go to a school for a pickup or a drop of my child, I'm always stuck in a traffic jam. So how they have brought this idea and a process, a route for the parents to child and move forward without creating cumbersome jams and delaying other parents. So they have used this methodology of it. Now what you need to do is you need to understand your customer. How do I understand customer? I understand the customer through developing my customer's persona. What do you mean by customer's persona? It means that I need to understand my customer. Where is my customer? What is the demography? What are the challenges they are facing? What are their relationships with technology? What are their habits? What are their goals? What are they looking for? What are they desirous for? When I do the whole analysis, then I get to know about the persona of the customer. In this case, I have given an example of a patient persona. If a child is a patient, then where is that child? What is the demography of it? What do they want? What are their habits? So unless I am able to understand the child Sally in this, I cannot give a designation for it. What are my user journey? At what phase is the user there? What are an emotional experience through which I go through, or which the user goes through? What are the triggers? How do I do the research? What is the attendance? What is the consultations? I need to look into everything and understand what is making them sad, what is making them happy, and what is making them excited. What is giving them that wow feeling? That wow feeling is very important. Then I make a prototype. So build to think, a simple and cheap, fast way of shaping the ideas so that you can have your minimum viable product ready. you start building onto it and create an artifact of low resolution physical object or digital collectibles. You can do a storytelling for this to understand what is the user experience. So build to think and test to learn are the two steps which we are now doing. When I test, I ask for the feedback on my prototype, learn about the user, how to reframe your views and redefine. You don't have to push your thoughts forward. You have to show them and then understand and create their experiences so that how they feel can be understood. And testing is an opportunity to learn about your solutions and your users. In his mind, there are many possibilities. And in the mind of expert, there are few. So we really need to understand it. You know, this is an embrace very good innovative product which has come from Stanford Labs, where they have designed this product, which is an incubator for South Asian countries where we don't have money. $25,000 is the cost of an incubator, where the hospitals and the rural area really don't have. The winter is very, very tough for the children. So they have designed this infant warmer, which can be acting as an incubator. And this can be also used for, health support. It has all those oxygen in drip facility also associated depending on the type which you want. So right from $2,500, you have come to 250 rupees warmer, and it's very easily accepted. The whole process used by the students was of design. Look into, medicines you forget. So once a week you can have the pill boxes associated and keep it. It's very difficult for taking a child into the MRI. They are very fidgety, they are very stressed, and you have to sedate, and it takes a lot of time. So a group of doctors and GE came down to their knees, and they have started this new way of making it as an adventure, so that the students get excited, the children get excited, and they are taking it as an adventure to go inside this. And the sedation rate has gone down by 90%. And it has also saved cost, because initially it was taking 2 hours to 4 hours to settle a child to go for MRI. Now with this adventure thing, they are ready to move. So look at this, going in for hygiene, making a point to wash our hands. Just that ad of washing hands for hygiene. Clean hands and warm hearts are together. See this? Clean hands and warm hearts. Children going in for surgery are very much stressed. So they have made it as a adventure thing, that here you are the star and you are going to go into the theater and come out hale and hearty after enjoying a way of depicting and telling children design thinking. You can exfoliate. I'm just giving a lot of examples how they have used design thinking to provide a solution to the customer. So why the folly? Look at this, you can design products for the child care. So action, what is required. So this was all about my design thing. Any question in design thinking? Any question? Faculty members, any question? Then let us get into getting our innovative designs made. How do I make my designs innovative? Design thinking was a process. It is a tool. It is a mindset which is going to give me a user-centric product. Now, this user-centric product, I need to innovate. See, we talked about the wicked problems. What are wicked problems? Wicked problems are those perennial problems which are present in the environment, which cannot be solved. You know, environment can be, food can be, it can be education for all, it can be healthcare for all. Now, I need to get innovative answers to it. So how do I get innovative answers for it? Now, let us understand the concept of innovation. Then we can talk about how to get innovative designs associated with it. So we know discovery, invention, and innovation. First, you discover a product or discover new concepts and ideas which get converted into inventions, and then you have innovations associated. So what is discovery? Discovery is development of new ideas. Invention is purposeful implementation of those ideas. And innovation is exploitation of those ideas to create economic and social values. Please understand this slide very nicely, because this is what innovation is all about. Discovery is all about new ideas, so new knowledge and concepts are given. Invention is about technologies and business, whereas innovation is about useful implementation of product, services, and experiences. It is done through applied creativity. How do I apply creativity? I don't apply creativity. People are there. There are different set of people. It can be either the finders or makers. When they are finders or makers, those who are finders, they will look into discovery and invention, and those who are makers will only look in for invention and innovation. And hence applied creativity and critical thinking gets to be very. Now, what are the components of innovation? You know, scientific discovery has been done, which has no instantaneous commercial value. I can give an example of Darwin, who gave a theory of fittest, survival of the fittest. Invention took place. It would have never been developed into any marketable product. Then innovation took place. You know, we have now huge plethora of things which have come out from that survival of fittest. Then you have a market, and market can ignore or buy your innovation. Key components. You develop a scientific discovery, go into an invention, innovate, and then come into a market. If you are doing innovation, you are adopting invention. How you adapt that invention and convert it for the profitable socio-economic needs, then you are into innovation process. The market can ignore your product or can buy your product. So innovation and creativity go side by side when we are designing a product. It has to have an operational cycle. You know, whatever I'm doing today is already set. It has its routine work. It has its procedures set into it. It has its known solution coming out, and the rules are set. So the systematic manner of working for the operational cycle is there. Now I want to innovate. I move into the next level of it. So if this innovation gets successful, it changes into a newer way of doing things, and there is an opportunity for change. If there is no success, then I am already stuck with the whole problem which was associated. If the new innovation cycle comes into being through speculative exploration, through idea development, through possible solutions and proposals, I am able to refine and modify the gain commitment. The decision which I take is based on experimental actions which have taken place, and I take a constructive review whether I need to go in with a newer cycle or not. So this is the process of my total innovation and creativity. Now, let us understand the two words innovation and invention. What is invention? Creating of something new, which results from new knowledge. You know, X-ray was invented, and then you had medical X-ray coming out as an innovative product. How I am going to have the exploitation of this knowledge and earn and have economic gains associated, do benefit to the society, then it is an innovation. Things which are very much essential is economic gains and societal benefit. So sensitivity of silver compounds were done, invention was done, photography and camera came in. Semiconductor storage data on magnetic tape, we started having radio magnetic tape cassettes and diskettes. Lasers came in, we came in with CDs and DVDs. Your EMC square came in, you were having a nuclear power. Your photosensitivity, photon moving from one area to the other area came into cells were formed. So invention is always correlated with a product which gives benefit to the society. So what is innovation? Innovation is a specific function of entrepreneurship, and it is a process of bringing an intentional change made to create value by meeting opportunity and seeking advantage. So it is a process, it is a process where invention, change and useful implementation takes place together. So invention again is a specific function of entrepreneurship, whether it is an existing business or a public service institution or a new venture started by a lone individual in a family kitchen. See, as a family kitchen also, so if I start, I can have it as an innovation wherever I am able to make an impact. So thank you very much. I like being appreciated. Whoever has clapped, thank you very much. So it is a mean by which an entrepreneur either creates a new wealth producing resource or endows existing resources with enhanced potential for creating wealth. Innovation is not a science. It is not a technology per se. It is not a prototype. It is not an invention or a device. It is not a market whereby we are talking about new product or service. It is a behavior and a psychological concept. It brings in the change in behavior. It has a behavioral change based on economies and not on technology. I'll give you an example. Initially, when India did not have electricity a lot, it was okay to be sitting in summer under a tree with no electricity and no fan. Then once fans started coming in and we got used to fan, having no electricity would perturb us. And today, if there is no electricity and no AC working, we are unable to, have even 5 to 10 days. So it has brought in a behavior change in my lifestyle. And this behavior change is not based on the technology. It is based on the utilization of the product. It is based on the psychology of the individual. What may be hot for you, what is need not necessarily the hot for others. So understand innovation properly, then only you can design a product as per innovative designs. Okay. So innovation is a psychological concept. It is a behavior concept. It is the way we work. So what are the characteristics of innovation? There is an object or a target which we are looking for.
मेरा काम
Ma'am, Neelam
Ma'am,
ma'am, you are
this is-
muted. Neelam ma'am, you are muted.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, you are muted.
Ma'am, your voice is.
Now,
Yes, it is coming.
so what did you all miss?
The previous slide.
I was audible till here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I was audible till here. I was audible over here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So organizations need to prepare themselves because the Standard and Poor of 500 companies have told that the lifespan of any organization is now not more than 14 years. And as we are moving ahead, it is going to go down as low as 5 years. So if any organization is going to sustain itself for 5 years, it needs to design things and come up with innovative designs for their newer products and the newer customer base. And hence, because of this turbulent and rapidly changing economy and the technology and the way of, with AI coming in, with big data coming in, we have changed with our social media coming in, we have changed the way we interact with the ecosystem. And as a result, survival chances are always seriously threatened for all organizations. No one can take it on themselves that they will be successful next year and they will not be. This time Apple products got sold very less. Such a big organization, being the most innovative organization and having all. So creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship are the three things which are interrelated. When I talk about creativity and critical thinking, it is an ability to develop new ideas, to discover new ways of looking at problems and the opportunity. And innovation is the ability to apply creative solution to problems and opportunities to enhance and enrich people's life. That is through creative destruction. So in nutshell, if I have to speak, I will say creativity and critical thinking is a thinking of new things, whereas innovation is doing new things. And role of innovation in entrepreneurship is all prevalent. We don't say innovative entrepreneurship because innovation is inbuilt in entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship can start from a lone person working in a kitchen to all the technological changes and to the defense products which are taken. So how do I have to be innovative? I can be innovative by reading something which is no one else's day thinking something which no one else is thinking and doing something which no one else is doing. So I need to read fiction to stimulate my imagination, go to places where you would normally not go, develop the explorer attitude and an outlook to go. There are ideas when you hit on, you need to write down. Go for ambiguity. If you tell people where to go, they will not, but not how to get there. You will be amazed with the results which they come. This is what George S. Patton has all, which is who is American General, has said. It is so right, you know, you tell a child always do this, do this, do this, they are then only becoming a follower. But if you give them a task and ask them to explore by themselves and go, they will come up with wonderful ideas. So that is what you need to be basing yourself on. Believe in yourself. Lack of creativity is one which I always keep on thinking. So look for creativity in self-fulfilling prophecies, and you know, keep yourself updated. Keep yourself updated and believe in yourself that what you are thinking is right. Creativity and innovation is creativity. You know, if I ask students, majority of my students will say they are not creative. Are you all creative or not? So they will say no. But there are two types of creativity. One is a capital C and the other one is a small c. When I talk about the small c creativity, it is about the personal creativity which I am talking about. It is about how I pack my food. It is about how I give gifts. How do I present myself to others? How do I interact? How do I talk? You know, you will be finding people around you who are such good, smooth talkers. And everyone is ready to listen and follow. And you may be also saying the same thing, having the same implication, but they would not be listening to you, but they listen to someone else. So that is because their small creativity C is very high. Personal creativity is high. When I talk about capital C, which is capital C for the creativity in an organization within a team, then people will say, I am not creative because they are not willing to expose themselves, not willing to say that we are creative. And creativity can be learned. If your organization and group doesn't make use of these specific creative technique, you make them, introduce them and make them do it. Be willing to think about the wacky thoughts collectively, which can spark very good ideas, and be constantly receptive. Creativity comes from most unlikely sources. That's all you need to do. And creativity is manifested in production of creative work. It can be a new work of an art or a scientific hypothesis, and which is both original and useful. So innovation begins with creative ideas, and these creativity by individual and team is starting point of innovation. The first is necessary but not sufficient for the second condition. It is not exclusive. Okay. So many creative ideas can be generated when somebody discards preconceived assumptions and decides on a new approach or a methodology that might seem to be unthinkable. And serendipity is one which is always there, and one accidentally discovers something fortunate, especially while looking for entirely different thing. So creativity is the ability to imagine or invent something new. It is the ability to use imagination to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationship, or the like, to create meaningful new ideas and forms. And half of the time you find that creativity will result in producing or bringing about something partly or wholly new. In investing an existing object with new properties or characteristics, it will result in imagining new possibilities that they were not conceived before, and in seeing or performing something in the manner different from what was thought possible or normal previously. So creativity can be learned. Inventing is a skill that some people have and some don't have, but you can learn how to invent. You have to have the will not to jump into a first solution, because the elegant solution might be around you, visible in the corner. An inventor is someone who says, yes, that's the one way of doing it, but it is not the optimum solution. And then he keeps on thinking. If you recall that, finders and makers were different. This is the reason why, because finders and makers have different level of creativity and critical thinking associated with this. And problem cannot be solved by thinking within the framework within which the problems were created. Albert Einstein has said that it's a very famous quotation, because you have to go beyond the framework which is there. So there can be certain factors of creative efficiency. Individual factors and organizational factors are there, which will influence. There is a right side brain and a left side brain we have always been talking about. And in creativity, left brain will always symbolize, use symbols, words, logic, judgmental, mathematics, and speaking. If your left brain is more inclined, then it is more of your critical thinking which you are using. Whereas the right side of the brain is more about creative thinking, because you are thinking of sensory images, dreamings, feelings, intuition, and visualizing. Left and right brain in creativity makes lot of impact, and this impact can be seen because those who have creative thinking, they have their right brains very highly developed, and those who can come up with logical and judgmental solutions, they have their left brain developed. So there are certain stages of creative problem. It can be identify the problem, analyze the problem, do idea generation, evaluate and realize. Aggregation, abstraction, and review. These are the three stages of your creative problem solving. And who profits from the innovations? If you are imitating or you are using your complementary assets, if I plot a graph between high, low, and freely available and tightly held, what is freely available and imitable is difficult to tell who will succeed. If it is tightly held and highly imitable, incumbents will with complementary assets are likely to will. If freely available and imitability is low, then the new entrants are likely to win. And if the assets are tightly held and they are low, incumbents or new entrant with both technology and complementary assets are going to win. So how do I get problem worth solving? That is the most essential thing, finding out problem worth solving. So go out, look around you and identify a problem that can be spotted. Explain the context as well. What opportunities you can perceive from the above problem? Who is your customer? What, according to the customers, are the main problems? What is the job to be done? What is the job which is currently getting done? How is the customer getting the job done today? Or how the customer is addressing the problem today? What is the existing solution which is there? And does this problem appear to be a problem worth solving? You need to understand and identify these problems before going in with even creative thinking, or innovation. So how do I get the sources of new ideas? I can have economy, technology, customer, competitors, maverick, government regulations, distribution channels, management, employees, suppliers. You know, the ecosystem is changing. All these can be by source of new idea generation for creative thinking. So where do these new ideas coming from? These new ideas will come from regulatory changes. It can change. If the regulation changes, the product area also changes. See, fire retardant foam came in. So we got new infills for sofa and mattresses. Financial Services Act came in. So insurance salesmen had to declare whether tied or independent into new service techniques. Economic changes. Recession came. New lower cost food products came in. High interest rate, multiple saving products will come in. Negative equity, special loans will come up. High unemployment, home businesses will flourish. Environmental changes, you know, health conscious, fat free ice cream. You know, you are eating an ice cream, fat free, health conscious. Green conscious leads to the change in solvent based to water based paints. Or increase in crime leads to new security devices. Look at cyber crime coming in today. You know, with so much of cyber crime taking place, so much of financial crimes taking place, newer products are coming in to keep your money, e-money safe. Demography. Aging population leads to residential care insurance. Both parents working leads to new type of convenience food or old homes. Baby boomers have their own children leads to new type of family car. Technology also brings in certain changes. EPOS brought in revolutionized stock holding at retailers. Genetic engineering brought in human ears grown on mouse back. OTT platform brought in Netflix. AI brought in Chat GPT. So all these products, because of the technological change, management changes, the product and the sources change. Walkman was in the market only because of the CEO of Sony. DOS was there because of Bill Gates. Bharat Pay was there because of Ashnil Grover. And Body Shop is there because of Anita Roddick. So, you know, because of the management, few new ideas have come into the market. Even employees are a very good source. Those companies who cherish and value their employees get a lot of newer innovations done in. 3M, Toyota, Kodak, McKinsey, John Lewis, one of the superstores in US. You know how UK, how they've come in with their products. Manufacturing can also be a source. And if you look at intimate product knowledge, constant efficiency drive, boredom factors, good for product improvements, and totally new concepts coming in the manufacturing, which is going to make manufacturing simpler, easier, or better, will flourish. Your distribution channels can be a source of idea. You know, all have their different ways. Amazon, you know, they have their own way of having a distribution channel. DuPont, suppliers, especially in cosmetics, you know, the suppliers changing the chemical composition and coming in. You know, initially lauryl ether sulfonate was used as a base for shampoo. Then alpha olefin sulfate came. Now alpha olefin ether sulfonate has come. So it keeps on changing because somewhere as a supplier for a product, they have changed. So I, per requirement, am forced to change my formulation accordingly. Then competitors, because competitors are doing this, I have to do it. It can be a direct way or an indirect way. See, especially in education, half of the things you have to follow because others are following and create value for the students. Or, you know, it is the mandate of the government which you have to do. So you either you have been given a mandate, or because your competitors are doing, you follow into it. So again, coming up with the same saying, problems cannot be solved by thinking within the framework within which the problems were created. You have to relook into the problem and relook into the ecosystem and devise. So we did what is innovation. There are three kinds of innovation: change business dynamics, synthesize technology, and create newer technology. Getting innovation right is very much important. So you have to have a deep commitment to serving the unserved. You need to articulate and embrace the clear vision. You have to set up an ambitious goal to foster an entrepreneurial spirit. Accept that constraints will always exist and creatively operate within them. Focus on people and not just shoulder wealth and profit. There's an organization in Maharashtra who was trying to eradicate iodine deficiency in pregnant women. And they found that at rural area, nobody was ready to eat iodized salt. Children, pregnant ladies not eating iodized salt or having iodine deficiency give deformed children. And as a result, they were wanting to work on them to eradicate this iodine deficiency, and they were not ready to have. So they came up with a very good innovative idea, and that is to use the glue of the bindi, which is iodine rich. Everyone in India who's married puts a bindi on their forehead, and the iodine was swept in. So this organization was successful in innovating and getting the innovation right for the rural area. They started distributing free bindis in the rural area, and all ladies, pregnant ladies especially, started putting it, and iodine deficiency was found to be reduced. They are now working on the same thing for nicotine, reducing nicotine content or having a nicotine urge to have it again and again. So getting your innovation right gets to be very important. How are you going to address? So here comes your critical thinking. Critical thinking is a process of conceptualizing and applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating the information generated by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, and communication in the balanced, reflective way to draw conclusion based on reasons and evidence. This is very important. Just look at it. When we teach science, maths, social science, what we are trying to develop is critical thinking in the student through conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, and synthesizing and evaluating those information. So critical thinking is very high when we talk about logic, when we are talking about reasoning, when we are talking about comprehension. And how does it come out? It comes out by observation, experience, thank you very much, reflection, reasoning, and communication in a balanced and a reflective way to draw conclusion based on reasoning and evidence. All these activities which are done when we are doing our classwork is all logical and reasoning based. And our right side of the brain is getting empowered. So critical thinking comes from there. And why is this critical thinking important? It is important because it will help us to identify, evaluate, and analyze situations. It will help us to overcome our individual biases and prejudice. It will allow us to come up with strong and meaningful reasons to support our conclusions and make beliefs in taking actions based on sound reasoning and reducing the chances to failure. That is why we have this critical thinking important. And these critical thinking is based on the claims, assertions, statements, judging claims, arguments, and identifying arguments. Our reasoning our reasoning, critical reasoning gets to be very important over here. Analyzing the arguments, complex arguments, concluding, reasoning, assumptions, flaws and fallacies, they are all the basis of my critical thinking. Then you have some characteristics of critical thinking, which is clarity, accuracy, precision, relevance, fairness, logic, depth, breadth. See, when we are talking about critical thinking, it is all about logic. We need to have proofs associated, and we need to come into a solution of it. The judgment has to be. So creative thinking is a different than critical thinking. Creative thinking is a basis for where I come up with many solutions. Critical thinking is making me analyze my situations very, very nicely, and hence creative thinking and critical thinking are tools for innovation, whereas innovation is a tool for design thinking. I hope you understand well why I started with design thinking, then came down to innovation, critical thinking, and creative thinking. Because creative thinking and critical thinking are the tools for design thinking. How do I empathize? How do I observe? How do I define? How do I ideate my problem worth solving is based on these two tools. So this is, you should have a clarity, you should have accuracy, you should have precision, you should have fairness, you should have logic, you should have depth, and you should have breadth of the breadth of thinking in your critical thinking. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your session was so
Thank you so much, ma'am.
informative, and I am very fortunate to have you as a speaker, ma'am. So, dear participant, please unmute yourself and ask if you have any query.
Madam, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, is there any specific books or any tutorials for gaining extra knowledge with respect to critical thinking and design thinking? Specific books?
Yeah, there are many books. There are many books. Tim Brown, Design Thinking, IDEO is one which is you can follow. Or offline, we can always discuss design thinking. I am there are certain few topics which I am very passionate about, and that is design thinking, value proposition, business modeling. So you can contact me offline also if you want some steady material associated with
I'll keep in touch with you. I already connected through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'll keep in touch with you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Any other query?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Slade Kumar Singh. I have a general question like, what is your opinion about National Education Policy 2020? Because it's aimed to like increase the innovations and these kind of things included in this policy. What is your opinion about this?
Yes.
Will
We are moving towards changing our education system more of the classroom. It's good. Once implemented in true sense, it will bring in a change, and all changes, will meet resistance. Nobody likes changes. It's only the wet baby who enjoys getting changed. None of us enjoy changing anything. And this education policy is also making us change with our teaching methodologies and pedagogies, and giving students a right to apply and practice what they are learning.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else?
Yes, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to know that is there any course, credit course for the entrepreneurship education?
Where are you teaching? Where are you teaching?
In Chitkara University, Punjab campus.
So they would be having courses floated in their curricula. Every organization has its own way of introducing entrepreneurship to their students. You can do it through 1 credit course, 2 credit course, 3 credit course. I have designed courses till 8 credit with Amity, and 16 courses are being run over there. So you can design what is the purpose, what is the outcome you are looking at. That gets to be the basis for designing the curricula, and all university has courses on entrepreneurship, at least if not on entrepreneurship awareness, they have it.
Ma'am, specifically for the sciences?
Yes, yes, you can introduce it as a choice-based credit system. If you have, then you can introduce it as open domain all across the university, and students can then opt for. And design thinking is one which I feel everyone should learn, because it is more about mindset rather than about doing business.
Okay.
And what is the goal? What is the goal the university is having? Is it entrepreneurship development, or is it entrepreneurship education? Then again, because of your outcomes, you will be changing your syllabus, which you need to change. Because if it is a startup of a company, then you need to do a developmental work. The idea is there, and now I need to develop on it. And if it is education, then I have to start with all these, creative thinking, critical thinking, design thinking, and make a mindset for giving solutions, whether it's an entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship. You need to look what is the goal of your organization, then design your curricula based on to it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I am Shweta Mishra from D.Y. Patil College, Pune. I just
D.Y. Patil.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to know, ma'am,
Okay.
what is framing the business model canvas when we go for the value propositions? Ma'am, are you getting it? Yeah. So
yeah, when we go to value proposition.
Yeah. So the value propositions needs to be framed according to the creative thinking or according to the innovation. Which particular point I need to put forward?
See, value proposition. Can I have 5 minutes to explain this to you?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
All will benefit. What do you mean by value?
Ma'am, something which is worth it.
So, something which is worth it. Why should anyone buy your product, sale, service? Or why are you sitting over here for, I have offshooted my session by, I think, 50 minutes. Why are you still over here? Because you were getting something of value. Value pyramid. Just a minute, if I can hunt out my value pyramid slide. Value to the organization and value to the individual are different. When I start up any organization, the value for the organization is created by being fair, honest, and transparent. Have I been able to show you my slide, Nona?
No, ma'am.
Let me share. Now, able to see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So if I look at the value pyramid for an organization, it is going to be like this. Initially, as I start my organization, I will like to give a value to the customer as being, I'm very fair, honest, transparent, ethical in our content. Everything which we will do will stand the test of public scrutiny. But as I grow up in the organization, or as my organization grows up, I change. I need to change and evolve. Why? Because now I'm not few people. I am more big and my customer base is also big. So I now start concentrating on the value like leadership, collaboration, and quality. You know, because these qualities will give me a specific outcome based on to it. Leadership will be the courage to shape a better future. Collaboration can be leveraging collective geniuses, and quality is what we do well, and you know, still maintaining will be fair, honest, and transparent and ethical in our conduct. But as I evolve more in my organization, now my inauguration value pyramid is at the peak. I want to become a leader in the business, and I want to give time for public to enjoy their life. And I need to keep my integrity at the core. So this gets to be the value pyramid for the organization. But when I'm talking about elements of value pyramids for any uh, product or service, we will deliver fundamental elements of value, which are going to address four needs, and only four needs, which are functional, emotional, life-changing, and social impact. So initially, what I do is any organization tries to give in a functional value. You know, what is a functional value? It can be like, it saves time, it simplifies, it reduces down the effort, it avoids hassles, it reduces cost, it makes money, you know, something functional. But this functional then can be converted by any organization to an emotional. You know, look at Narolac paint advertisement, Mera Wala Pink, telling the customers that here is the value. You come to us with whichever paint you want, I'll be there. Or you look at all the hospitals and wellness who are trying to project themselves as the ultimate in the user experience. It can have fun, it can have therapeutic values. So what is the emotional association you are going to get? You know, it can be nostalgia also. All colleges, universities, schools try to leverage nostalgia as very strong emotion to pull back their alumni. Then the organization can also think of life changing, you know, especially when you are there for cancer, or you are there for heirlooms. You know, my grandfather had this camera or had this watch. So this is life changing emotions associated with it. The affiliation and the belongingness to that club can also be there. And when the organization moves at the apex, it is trying to make a social impact through self-transient. It is going to work for others. You know, that's why you have so many organizations trying to come up to the apex of self-actualization and trying to do a lot of CSR activities in the society. I hope I have been able to, Shweta, give you the solution. Now in this, if I have to look at pains and gains, I will be doing pains and gains through customer jobs, where my customer jobs will give happiness, that wow factor. In the value proposition modeling, I will come to that area and try to give value to my customer.
Yeah. Hope ma'am has answered all the query of the participant. So still, if anyone want to ask anything, you can ask.
I have overshot a lot.
No, okay. Ma'am, kindly accept a memento of honor from. We are expressing our gratitude for your dedicated delivery of lecture. You are so nice person. You are so humble. You have accepted our invitation and delivered the keynote talk in this 2 weeks FDP program. So, and we are expecting that we will meet in physical mode, ma'am. I have again applied for the same program, a Women Entrepreneurship Development Program in the DST, and hope we will get it. So that will be in physical mode. So
okay,
I will, yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Gaurav, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to address. All the participants can contact me through LinkedIn profile at saxena.neelam@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.